Yo, what up, folks? The pop-up shop. What the heck? Whoa, got a super chat right off the rip. You got a super chat before this. This is kind of stuff that I like right here, man. Sometimes I get comments right. It feel like cats get comment heavy or comment happy right before I even publish the videos, and they'll say whatever they want to say. They're not even watching the content. I can dig this one right here, man. Shout out to Joe John Smith with the super chat before the joint even started. So it says just showing support. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, y'all, it's the pop-up shop right here, man. Way earlier than I would normally do it. I got some stuff to do later on, so I didn't want to disappoint the people. And, man, maybe we'll get a different crowd here with it being a little earlier, so that could be pretty good. But y'all got to let me know what's going on, man. There was some little difficulties out there. How am I sounding, man? Am I sounding good? Am I sounding good? What we doing right here? Just Sloan Cold Steve Austin up in the house. Don't nobody like Sloan Cold Steve Austin, man. I don't know about Sloan Cold, man. He, if anything, though, that bumper jumper right there is resilient. He's resilient like Florida. He's resilient like Florida up there right there. Everybody hate that man. Late Richards in the house. What up? Alex Gomez in the house. David Combs in the house. Trey Mixon. What up, man? Eddie Sewells with the Goat Gators. Santee up in here with the Wrench gang. My man Santee on Goon Squad, baby. Get you up out of here. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't be messing with your boy right here. Eduardo Diaz in the house. John Rayner. OJ's White Broncos, my dog, he's up in here. Brandon's up in here. Avery Price, man, said, is he late? You're not late, man. Chris Sloan said I sound a little raspy. I'm talking about the mic, man. My voice might be a little raspy, but what about the mic? Santee said, sounds good. Fred Ingram says, sound good. Chris says, what? They love me. Yes, if love is the opposite of hate, then you're right. Russ in the house. Speaking of people who hate Sloan. Was a dry week of football this weekend. Sounds good, homie. Can't wait to hear some legit football content instead of uniform/field. People talking about uniforms? What we talking about? Fields? Oh, why you have to mention Fields, man? The eye test, baby. They talking about the eye test. Sloan says, Mike, good. Everything good. David Cohn says, saw the new whip, bro, looking fire. Oh, yeah, the Top Billin brand, man. I put the new whip up there, man. Had to make sure y'all be on Top Billin brand channel, man. The alternate stuff, man. You see a little bit different side of your boy Murf, man. Not necessarily talking about football and stuff, man. Just letting you in on a little bit of the lifestyle. Reggie Duval in the house. So, man, I got some mods in here. It's early, and I still got mods. I like that. Chris Sloan says, me, Reggie, and Russ are obviously best friends, bro. Yikes. Kyle Grader says, Gwinnett rapping. That's what's up, bro. Really dig how in-depth your videos are, says Avery Price. Thank you, bro. I'm not taking Auburn lightly. Fellow Gator fans, they're scary good. I think you have the reverse of that. I want to know if Auburn may be taking Florida a little bit too lightly. You know what I mean? Auburn people, I know that they've flooded the channel with a couple of Auburn videos that I've done. Cats getting it in, man. They OG Fran, thank you for the super chat. What up, baby? The early super chat. Eduardo Diaz with the super chat. Make sure I don't miss these bad boys. I appreciate it. Obligatory from OJ's White Bronco. You got to do his thing. Jeremiah Moon, SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week. What? So didn't you tell me last week? I don't know if it was you, OJ. One of you guys told me that Hagee was the Offensive Lineman of the Week a week before last. So they're getting it in right there for your Gators, man. But all right, man. So Trey Mixon already on it. Like, God dang, Trey, you don't think I'm going to talk about that, bro? Too early, man. You will premature evaluate out there, baby. Ladies don't be liking them preemies out there. Brandon says, I really like Auburn this year. I mean, they scare me as a UGA fan. I got a feeling they're going to shut Florida offense down. All right. Got me there, Top Billin. I do think Auburn is taking Florida lightly. Auburn is definitely taking Florida lightly, right? If it's hard to really say who's taking who lightly, but if we just go by the fans, and sometimes I think the fans are reflective of the team, you know. I remember UGA taking Texas lightly, and I was telling people I had the things up, and people don't never listen to me, the UGA people, man. UGA people be killing me, man. They can't even help your boy out in the business, man. I'm like, yo, man, comment on the post, man, so I don't lose no people, and they won't say, like, nothing going on here. They don't even listen to that, let alone listen to me saying don't take Texas lightly, and don't say that you're better than LSU because LSU lost to Florida and all this last year and stuff. They don't listen to your boy, though, man. My boy Russ Kingsbury. For just $1 a day, you can buy out Chris Sloan's committed to the G contract. They treating him like a either like the ASPCA or he one of them, you know what I'm saying? He'd make a wish Sloan or something like that. They want to buy out his contract. So anybody out there committed to the G land, you want to buy Sloan out, let Russ know. He'll take you up on that offer. Gators are ready for Auburn and Bo Nick, says Eddie Sewell. Do you have a great chance to win at the Swamp? Do I have a great chance to win at the Swamp? What are we talking about, bro? Tipsy Brewer, what's up, man? Living in Colorado, but from New Orleans, Louisiana. No college football tag up here, but thank you for being my go-to college football fix. I appreciate that, man. He says, go Tigers. HBK, what up, man? Like the Heartbreak Kid, like my guy when I was a little kid. Love the content. Watching this channel changed the way I think about football. By the way, go Gators. Hey, man. That's great praise right there. I love that. All right, see CJ Ham back. Man, see, y'all be telling me stuff, man. Y'all was like, oh, so-and-so back this week, and then I look, he ain't even playing stuff like that. Y'all be giving me the wrong information, man. I don't know about y'all sometimes. I can't be listening to y'all. I was all hyped up to see CJ Henderson and stuff. Jermaine says, Murph Dog Nation just want to eat, man. What you talking about, man? You out there? Come on, Jermaine. Dog Nation don't be listening to your boy, man. All right. War Eagle, says Wayne. Play the Sarah McLachlan song at Russell Clark. Las Vegas in the crib. Everybody up in here. Florida's going to struggle running the ball. Yeah, so we're going to get to all that type of stuff right there. So, all right, so let's talk about it right now. All right, let's reverse a little bit, right? Let's get to the eye test stuff right here that we're hearing with this goofy Ohio State stuff, right? So I think I may be coming across as some type of Ohio State hater. So anybody who would know me in real life know that that's ridiculous, right? I almost said another reword, you know what I mean? It sounds like that. Obviously, I love Ohio State. My good buddy still, right? Helped him with his recruitment. He goes there. Y'all know Urban Meyer's my all-time favorite coach. I love Ohio State, right? But I'm a fair analyst, right? I'm just going to be fair in my analysis no matter what. That's why I always laugh. If anybody ever says anything to me about Homer, you'll find me saying something and in the same exact content or whatever like that, I'm clearly distancing myself from certain aspects of a team or something like that, right? I do the thing with the can you stop Oklahoma's offense? Then I'm in there arguing about the defense being a little lackadaisical, right? So people can't handle stuff like that. But when you come to me, I'm giving it to you real, right down the middle. I have no favoritism in this. I have none of these teams are my teams, right? No matter what you think or whatever like that, I am straight up neutral, right? So if I see something, I will hone in on it. If I don't like something, I'll shy away from it or whatever like that. Or if you catch me in some of these, like my Committed to the G paid site and everything like that, I'm able to give you the real and stuff like that, right? So obviously on the YouTube, I'm only going to give you stuff that I deem positive, right? Because obviously it's a business and I'm trying to work this content and have it pay bills and stuff like that. So nobody want to read stuff that's negative. But even with that being said, inside, watch stuff that's negative. But even inside the content, you'll always get my true feelings of no matter what, right? So I don't ever say anything that I don't believe and I don't believe in. That's just not how I roll, right? So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, I don't even know why I went off on that tangent right there. I think it was because of it was some cats that was getting on me today in the comment section, man. You know, I'd be roasting these cats and stuff like that, man. So it was some of the stuff I was like, man, these people are so crazy with this Homer stuff, right? It's like I can't be a Homer for 30 different teams. I was like, eventually you're gonna have to take that. It's like maybe he's neutral. He's a Homer for 30 different teams, right? And they all these teams hate each other, but he's a Homer for them all. It doesn't make sense, right? All right, so Ohio State, definitely not a hater in that fashion. But what did I say? It doesn't matter who it is. Florida needs to play someone. Florida is playing someone. Florida's about to play a monster in Auburn, right? Auburn, best resume in the sport, has beaten two teams in the top 25, right? Maybe Texas A&M doesn't end up being in the top 25 anymore like that, but you can still feel what Auburn is about by the competition. I'm always going to go by competition, no matter what in life, right? That's just how I always was. A lot of people out there aren't actual sports people, right? They just, everybody likes sports and everybody want to have friends or something like that. So those people like sports. Let me like it too. I can have some friends in life or something like that. I ain't never hurt for that. I always like competition, no matter what. If you was out there and somebody was calling you the bully when I was coming up, chances are I wanted to fight you. I like competition. Somebody think you the bully and you're getting your bulliness off beating some little dudes up or something like that. I want to fight you. I didn't want to get my rocks off by beating up on some little kid, right? I want to get my rep from beating up the people that people are scared of, right? So that's the same thing that I take into sports or whatever like that. That's the thing I got to say about Ohio State. You can't be saying that Ohio State deserve to be the #1 team in the country when you have not even played anyone in the top 25, let alone beat someone in the top 25, right? So you can only play the people that are in front of you, but that still should come with some type of disclaimer, or it should come with some type of stipulation like, hey, this team looks good, no doubt about that, but competition rules all. Competition rules all. You cannot get away from that. So Auburn, Ohio State, LSU had a good game against Texas. We're able to see what it's about. Georgia, to me, has the best win in the entire sport, right? In the entire sport. Notre Dame, I told people, I'm like, you guys are taking Notre Dame lightly because some goofball you listen to on the radio or whomever, some lame ass like Barton Simmons, 24/7 Sports, one of these lames right here don't understand analysis and stuff like that, and they'll put something in your ear when all you had to do is just do your own research or watch your own games. That's what I always tell people. Don't bring what somebody else said to the table. I'll chat football all day long with you if you're bringing your own thoughts to the table. If you come telling me that so-and-so said this and shit like that, I don't care what another man said. I never care what another man said in life. I want to know what you think, right? Don't come regurgitating some shit from somebody you heard. And I told you, I'm like, Notre Dame is the goods to me because I think that defense is still going to be good. And that offensive line, man, the offensive line, like you can do stuff with a pretty good offensive line. So Georgia beating them, albeit at home or whatever people want to put on that, that's a good win. That's the best win to me this year. And we see Notre Dame go out and take Virginia out to the woodshed, right? And people were saying that undefeated Virginia was going to go to the ACC championship, possibly with a chance to upset Clemson, who's looking a little bit raggedy these days, right? So Clemson looking extra raggedy. And so that's a good win there. And some of these other teams that people are piping out there, right? So a lot of these Oklahoma ain't played nobody. What you want me to do? What you want me to do with that? They was in there talking about some Murf. The defense looks better and all this and that. I don't know if the defense looks better. You're not playing any good offenses, right? They're like, look what we did to Texas Tech. And I'm thinking like, man, the team just last week before Texas Tech, that Texas Tech played the previous week held them to even fewer points than Oklahoma did. So it's just hard to really say what teams are. I feel like I have a good feel of Auburn, a decent feel of Georgia, LSU and these teams like that. So just let it play out, man. We can't do this eye test stuff. You shouldn't deserve to be something off of an eye test. You should deserve to be something off of merit, meaning you earned it and you beat some teams, right? So there's some teams that come on Ohio State schedule that we can really see what's up. But you can't possibly be a team like Nebraska. We said it on the live stream. I said Nebraska's trash. Please do not come up in here because Ohio State about to blast these boys and you be talking about Ohio State looks Justin Fields and all this looks good. These guys, they struggle with a team that lost to like Tampon University of Cinnamon Bun Stewardship or something like that, man. Like, come on, you kidding me with that, man. So there's my little soapbox thing right there. Jermaine Jones back. What up, baby? How do you weigh strength of schedule versus the tape and potential? Strength, man, I always got, like I said before, if you didn't hear this rant, you got to go off competition. That's just what's up. I go by the competition because even on tape, what are you going to say? If somebody's beating up some little kid, like, yeah, they're going to look good on tape. But what happens when that you step up, right, and across from you is not Nebraska with its 2 NFL players total or something like that. It's Clemson or whomever with 22 NFL players in the 2 deep and whatever like that. So that's what you got to wait, man. I'm sorry. When you get to the college football playoffs, all that goes out the window. Then it becomes, are you good enough, right? Notre Dame walking through them teams last year, got to the playoffs, got dusted by Clemson. That's what happens, man. Double A, ready for some real football knowledge. These talking heads give people migraines with their stupidity. Yeah, man, y'all got to call some of them talking heads out, man, for real. Barton Simmons, come on, man. What's wrong with this dude? All right, where we at? Did I miss anything? Jermaine, I got again. HBK, Tissy, looks like I'm good. Then Double A just in. Thank you for the super chat, Double A. Yep. So Lake Richard says LSU defense looks suspect. LSU defense looks suspect, and the offensive line looks a little suspect. The run game not getting off, but that passing game looks every bit like Washington State, Texas Tech, stuff that we've seen from Oklahoma, Alabama, and teams like that as well. So that's what it is, man. Auburn. We're gonna get a lot of Auburn stuff in here, so that's pretty good. Auburn, man, don't let your boy down. Auburn's a team that maybe I'll talk about that a little bit later. It's funny how stuff changes, man. When you're able to take the bull by the horn and you got your own stuff. I don't know people out there, man. I had a hot second of Auburn coverage, right? Working at the Auburn Rivals site, right? Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that later. All right. Lean says, "What up, Billin? Auburn over Florida by 17. UF receivers versus Auburn DBs is interesting." All right, in which manner, John Rayner? We used to getting let down. We're better than we fly under the way. Right? Alabama is very youthful. On Jan's got to come in here with this Alabama stuff. Anybody? Did we even say Alabama's name? Jan's got to run here with the Alabama stuff. Jason Arch, what up, baby? How high are you on Bo Nix? Damn, bro. You went there with it, man. You ain't been watching the channel, baby. Come on, man. I think maybe my last 2 content pieces has been on Bo Nix, man. There you go. The prodigy. Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and tell this dude he ain't been watching. He a live stream watcher. Jason is like the live stream. He's like, bump the content. I don't care about them film study stuff. I like him when he be tripping out on the live stream. You said we watch. I'm talking about him. You missed the Bo Nix content, man. I deem that boy the prodigy. Right? And then, yeah, some dude coming up on there was like, you may have called him the prodigy first. However, Murf, that does not mean that you made it up. Something weird. I was confused. He had that little, you may have called him the prodigy first, Murf. I'm like, what the hell? Jason said, sorry, I don't care to watch Auburn film study. Hey, if you watch the channel, the stuff's going to pop up no matter what. You can't make just what you want to watch pop up because it's a channel. This man crazy out here. Man, my man J.A. going off that woody. Said Murf made it first. Yep, Murf back in May. Said the prodigy, right? And then you had cats on there putting it on the little website. And you had your man opening up. That was the thing. He said that, he's like, there's no way that people from ESPN saw your video or something like that. I'm like, really? Like, if you saw it, what makes you think they couldn't see it? Like, real? I think LSU and Auburn is for real. Oh. That's why I like to read the thing and then look at who said it. So who said that one? JBE. I think JBE is a glutton for punishment or something like that. We be grossing JBE something serious. Y'all remember JBE talking about last week. He want to talk about Oklahoma and Jalen. Jalen out there piping his daughter. And he was watching too. What's wrong with JBE, man? Something wrong with that boy. I don't know about that boy. And then he said, roll tide. Jermaine Jones with this. Come on, man. Jermaine Jones, you got to stop. You know what I'm saying? I let it go the first time, bro. You can't keep repeating these. Dang, you ain't got the time, JB out. He's weird, but he's my boy, man. JB is my boy. Y'all can't time JB out. He just got to be weird. Come on, man. You can't mention these other platforms, bro. What's wrong with Jermaine? Brandon, what up, man? Thank you for the super chat. You think Florida got a chance if they start Jarvis? Yeah, man. I think Florida has a chance no matter what. Here's the thing right here. We can be prisoners of the moment, right? But the cream rises to the top, right? So Florida hadn't played anybody, no doubt about that. Auburn is super tested or whatever like that. But if we boiled it down to it, before the season starts, we would say that they have very similar rosters. And if you really look at it, they're very similar teams. It's almost eerie how similar they are. And their strengths are each other's strengths. And their weaknesses may be each other's weaknesses as well, right? Because if you talk about Auburn's back half on defense, the secondary, man, Florida's back half on the defense, despite having a first-round draft pick, perhaps 2 early-round draft picks, maybe the safeties can make it to the NFL. It looks a little suspect as well. So, and that's against teams that aren't very good that they've played. So that could even itself out. People were wondering about Auburn's run game, right? So you would traditionally think like, man, Auburn may struggle to run, but this is between the tackles. So this is the common man that would say or whatever like that. Auburn's probably going to struggle to run the ball between the tackles. We don't know this. We don't know that or whatever like that. And Florida's run game should be pretty good. With LaMichael P. we see him have success before and all this and that. Florida's run game looks putrid. It looks horrific. The offensive line looks horrific. And that's against teams that aren't that good, right? But then you can converse to that, right? You're like, we don't know about Florida's defensive line, right? They lost C.C. Jefferson and all that. No, Florida's defensive line is stacked, right? Stacked and brought some guys in out on the edge and John Grenard and these guys. These boys are loaded. They are absolutely loaded right there. But that's Auburn's strength too. Auburn may have the best front. Man, that should have been the thing. I was going to put that there. It might be the next one right there. But I don't know. Auburn's very much reminding me of a Clemson from last year with its strengths as well, right? And I always love teams that where the best player is some type of interior defensive lineman. So go out there and look at some of these teams, right? you can almost mask an edge player, right? But man, it's hard to get around good interior defensive line play. And we saw Clemson dominate with that. And Auburn is just as good as anybody else with that. JR Fly in the house. What up, Murph? So what's good, Murph? We on today. Top billing gang up in here. TBG or TBE. Top billing entertainment, baby. We in the house. Thank you for super chat, JR. Kinsi said, yeah, he's first round. Derek Brown, first round. Jance over there off that. He on some different. He ain't even on the exotic orange juice. He on that erotic coconut milk. Is Derek Brown a first round pick? What? I'm confused. Some of this stuff be making me weird, right? So I've never ever heard anybody say anything about Bo Nix's throwing motion, right? Now I've done this on a couple of videos, and this dude gonna ask me what I think about Bo Nix's throwing motion. I'm confused about this. Sometimes I think this stuff travels, right? It's like when you do the thing where you say something in the ear when you were a kid, they show that game, you say something, by the time it gets back around to you, it's totally different. I think this stuff goes and then it gets out in the ethers and stuff, and people don't even know who said this stuff. Like, why are you asking me about it? I thought I was asking y'all about the throwing motion. I'm confused with that one. Let me know. Said CJ best corner in the country. I don't know about that, bro. You got to show it this year. He ain't had much time to show it. Right, Marlon Davidson is a monster. Truesdale's a monster. OG Fran back. Who do you think is AU's second best defensive lineman? I guess it depends on what's said. If they put Marlon Davidson's hand in the ground, I would say it's him. You know who be getting on me, though? I can't even front, man. Y'all know I love Georgia players. That's the reason why I really love Auburn. Auburn, to me, is more Georgia than Georgia. If you look at, just from my standpoint, my personal standpoint, I know a lot of these players on Auburn's team, like a lot of these dudes. My little bro, D Hill, Matthew Hill is on this team, right? I know all these kids from the True 19, my boy, big brother, Coach K's program and stuff like that. These are a lot of Georgia players. But my boy, Big Cat Bryant, man, he been disappointing me, man. I don't know what it is about those guys that wear the number 1, right? These edge players like Brenton Cox and KJ Henry at Clemson and stuff. I think KJ might switch to 5 or something like that. But I don't know, man. Big Cat, I thought, would be a lot better than what he is. Y'all out there, let me know what you think about Big Cat Bryant. I love the kid coming out of him and Quay Walker on the same team from Georgia. That was a monster team. And nobody looks like Big Cat Bryant getting off the bus. But what do y'all think about his play? Let me know, some of you Auburn people, about that. Why these people always keep talking about Brenton Cox? It's so funny to me. One man's, what they say, one man's loss is another man's treasure or something like that. Number 1 is a bad luck number, at least for edge players. Who's the best edge player? Did anybody good everywhere number 1 as an edge player? Someone said I answered something. You know why I answered? It's probably because I didn't see it. You know why I don't see it? It's probably because you didn't super chat it. It's definitely because you didn't super chat it, man. That's what this is for. So I says, what about Dr. Pressure? What about him, man? That's the man. Stenny Cliff says, how you get the name Top Billin? That's me and my homies, man. That's our crew. It's a gang. Me, my boy Dot Matrix, and my boy Diesel. Some other cats. But us 3 right there. But me and Dot, we started Top Billin right there. Brenton Cox is coming, they say. I'm confused. I guess they're going back and just looking at the fact that Brenton Cox was a 5-star. Because if they actually watched him play at Georgia, they'd be like, dang, he got to get better. Big Cat Bryant can't help himself from getting offside. He's the most offside dude in the nation. Buckeyes are loaded with as much talent as anyone. Time will tell. I said that before. I think they have the top roster in all of college football alongside Georgia, 1A, 1B. My man said, what's the gang sign, though? You're not going to get me to throw up gang signs up on the internet, bro. Somebody said this giving me props on my moon prediction and you don't want to acknowledge it. You gotta super chat, man. Luke Terry, love the content. Big Florida fan. What would be the difference whoever wins the game, whether it be Florida or Auburn? Okay, we can do this. I was gonna wait for stuff like this for Thursday, but hey, man, you super chatted. So I was going through today, man. I was working on kind of like, what would you call it? Like co-content or something like that. Working on Auburn content while working on Florida content and kind of comparing it against each other, right? So like I said before, with the strengths and weaknesses, always start in the trenches. That's nothing to tell you. Always starting in the trenches, right? I don't think Auburn has some kind of all of a sudden has some kind of dynamic offensive line either, right? So people are forgetting about this. Maybe they haven't played like Texas A&M. Texas A&M. We don't know about its defensive line, right? Its best players that lost off its defensive line. Still have some little bit of talent there. Oregon, a little bit of talent there, right there, but nothing like Florida. Florida is absolutely loaded. That could be the kicker right there. Suppose Florida is able to organically stop the run. This is going to be the difference to me. Who can play two safeties on the back end and still be able to stop the run? Out of those two teams, who do you guys think can run a split safety coverage and still be able to stop the run organically? Or is somebody going to have to dedicate extra attention to the box? You know why I say that? Because I think with the prodigy, the Woody Show been able to go downfield against Mississippi State. There's bunnies to be had against Florida. I hate to break it to you. Even with C.J. Henderson and these guys back, you're going to have to show me that you can defend the ball downfield and Marco Wilson won't get picked on and the safeties can be in position to help. As good as C.J. Henderson is, they have some guys out there, man. They have some guys with some straight speed, and you can't cover all of them, right? So they have a pretty decent amount of receivers there. We're talking about Seth Williams, I think, is a monster. Anthony Schwartz. They use him downfield, but more of a Swiss Army knife, right? Run your jet sweeps and your bucks and stuff like that. Will Hastings and out of the slot, they have a lot of guys, right? And the converse to that is, to me, Auburn's defensive backfield suspect, right? I like the guys, though. You know what I'm saying? I really do like those guys. Maybe because I like Christian Tutt. That was my dog right there. I really like Christian Tutt. I thought he was going to be very good, right? But man, a lot of guys on the back end, I don't know about Jeremiah Denson, a tackling machine, but can he cover with the ball going downfield? And you're talking about who has the better receiver core between the two is Florida. Trayvon Grimes, Van Jefferson, Tyree Cleveland, these guys right here, Hammonds and stuff like that. These boys can go get it. Now, Kyle Trask looks like he can deliver it, right? So that's another monkey wrench in the program, right? Kyle Trask, if he's delivering that bad boy. So who can organically stop the run while maintaining good pass integrity, right? Good pass defense integrity. Y'all let me know right now who you think. And Kyle Pitts. Got to mention Kyle Pitts as well. That's another thing. Mississippi State showed that Auburn may have trouble defending a tight end, right? Number 82 was getting off on Auburn. Kyle Pitts is 3 times the tight end that he is. Kyle Pitts could have a monster day and change the entire scope of the game, right? So you guys can't just go by the media. You got to go by these individual matchups. Styles make fights. That's what I say all the time. Styles make fights. But who do you think can play a split safety coverage and still be able to stifle the run? At least, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't have to. Maybe Florida's is that bad that you don't have to dedicate extra attention to it. Now, that would be the key right there. That would be crazy. Zachary Mandel says Gators. So Gators, you think Gators could play a split safety look and still be able to stop Auburn's run game? Are you saying this just because you're a fan? Give me some analysis as to why you think this. Same thing with Avery Price. Anybody who said one word answers, I want to get some analysis. We're doing analysis. I'm gonna make y'all come up out your shell. What new info, bro? Who on Mississippi State's defense went in the first round last year? Montez Sweat went in the first round. And then, of course, perhaps the best defensive player in all of college football, the defensive tackle. That dude was nasty. What was his name? He got injured towards ACL, so he couldn't be in the I probably missed a couple of super chats. I was ranting. I'm sorry. Jermaine again. Oh, boy. Have you discussed Walter Camp finalist prediction? OJ. I'm glad I looked as I was OJ. I was about to spaz out hard. I was about to be my Kanye John. Jermaine says, do you think UGA uses the next 3 games to let the general loose and get the wide receivers more comfortable? Why, Sway? UGA is what UGA is, man. It needs to get them that offensive line, right? The offensive line is not looking the same as it looked before, right? That offensive line can be had with stunts and stuff like that, right? Notre Dame showed a little bit of something made them kind of rearrange the offensive lineman. There's a lot of stuff to work on more than just, I don't know what this let loose stuff is, man. I told you before, Georgia is Georgia. Georgia's not going to play like everyone else. Georgia will take shots when it has to take shots, but Georgia has a certain formula that it plays with. It plays within the confines of a pro-style offense that wants to establish the run. The explosive plays are usually derived from the run game, right? right? So you want them to cheat up and then you take your shots. They're not going to just take, like I watch Oklahoma, they just taking shots, right? You know what I'm saying? No, Oklahoma, that's a bad example. Oklahoma's a very great run outfit as well, one of the best in the country. But some of these teams, like LSU is just taking shots just to take shots, right? Some of these, you getting yourself behind and down the distances and stuff like that. Georgia's not going to do that. Georgia wants to stay on schedule and take shots sometimes maybe on the second down when it's real short. But other than that, man, it feels as though it can invite a lot of people into the box and generate explosive plays that way. Georgia's most explosive play, to me, is a high completion percentage. I know that sounds funny. It doesn't make any sense like that, but that's what it is. They can stay around 68%, dicing you up and down the field, limit possessions and stuff like that. That's a hard team to beat. I don't know why. Everybody likes the flashy shit, right? Oh, LSU threw the ball downfield. Ooh. But then the defense getting gashed and in prison raped and stuff like that. Georgia's defense is not going to do that. It's going to be able to rotate players. They're going to slow it down a little bit. Sometimes they'll go a little heat tempo. Sometimes they give you this. Sometimes they'll give you that. Maybe on one drive they take a couple of shots, but it's just a little bit of mixture of everything, right? It's a complete football team. It's almost like a 33rd NFL franchise or whatever like that, right? And I always think it's funny. People be like, oh, the game is going this way and going this way. I look on Sunday and I see these guys still doing a lot of the same West Coast stuff. Some of the same Greg Knapps and all these people are still there in the NFL and they're still doing NFL stuff. And there's people are still winning games. So that's what it is, man. Stop wanting Georgia to be something that is not. I don't understand this. All right. Where we at? It's the old Bama for me. Exactly. That man is literally doing what he did at Bama. Kirby Smart did what he witnessed at Bama, and he's just bringing it over there. I mean, that doesn't make it. It makes it different than what everybody is doing. It's going to make it a switch up and a tough switch up. Alabama too, right? So Alabama a little bit different. They dialed it back a little bit. You can see a lot of the stuff now. Here's the thing with you people talking about opening up the playbook, right? I don't really see Alabama going down the field that much this year. Anybody actually watching Alabama? But what I do see is 90-yard touchdowns, 75-yard touchdowns, right? Off of slants, of hitches. That's because they have an offense with nothing but crazy weapons like Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy. To me, all those guys, if you can see those guys and they can give you 275, to me, they're Jerry Jeudy's equal as well. They can do what Jerry Jeudy does, and they're faster than Jerry Jeudy. So those are some monster. That's a monster type receivers for like a West Coast offense, right? That just wants to hit you with short plays and make them be explosive. So why not generate explosive plays from the short game? That's what Georgia needs to do. So maybe that's the type of receivers that it needs to recruit. Who on there can really do that for Georgia? I don't think that's George Pickens' game. Maybe a Matt Landers or somebody like that. But Demetrius Robertson could do it, but I don't think it's Dominic Blaylock's game when we really get into it where there's a lot of speed and stuff out there. Maybe, but he's more of your, I would think, more of your possession type guy, something like that. So not everybody's built the same. Eric Moss. What's up, man? I've never seen this dude before. Thanks for the super chat. In my opinion, the only way Florida wins this game is if Florida D-line linebacker get to the mesh point and throw a kink in Auburn's O, but Auburn D might still win it. Yeah, sounds like you may be doing too much of that. What do you mean get to the mesh point? Well, I mean, what's that supposed to mean? I'm confused. I mean, by saying get to the mesh point, only time was really a mesh point is when there's some type of option or something like that. Well, Auburn's not just doing option. If you think Auburn is doing option all the time, you're not really paying attention. They're doing a lot more than that. Owen Papo and Downhill Britt are underrated. I don't know, man. I don't know if Owen Papo is underrated because everybody talk about him. But if you look up and you're seeing what Owen's done since the first game, you can't say that he's just been killing it. Now, Kenny Britt has been killing it. Now back to the guy with the super chat. Yeah, so they're not just doing option stuff. Like I think that's they do a lot of stuff where there's a lot of bills on it, and they want you to think it's option and it's just actually an inside zone or a split zone or something like that. They want you to really think like that. They want you to start hesitating. They want to put that in your mind where you think that everything is an option. But even then, man, they have straight handoff plays and everything like that. So John Rayner up here, he's like, come on, man. You don't think I know what the read option point exchange is or whatever like that? You don't think I know what come on, man. Chris Jones, all Bama does is slants. That's not all they do, but they do a lot of it. They do a lot of it. And people don't recognize that. I don't think people actually watch football, to be honest with you. I think they just like talking about it. What sauces is Gus on? Gus is on that stuff, maybe. Statistically, Florida is the best D-line in the nation. This dude's on the wrong channel. What we say earlier, we talk about competition. Statistically, Florida hasn't played nobody, not one ranked team. Auburn's tempo will be a problem for UF, who does a lot of things pre-snap to confuse defense. So, yeah, a ton of stuff, man. You got to think. But the funny thing about it, Florida was doing a lot of the same stuff, right? So Florida's now getting on the jet sweep game and everything. Georgia's doing that too. Everybody's kind of getting on the Auburn wave, right? Auburn stuff. Everybody's like, oh, Gus needs to do something different. But a lot of people getting on that Auburn wave. Auburn is the king of the edge bending run game, right? Hit you in the middle, work the middle, pause, and then get those edge bending run games. And they're doing it with some absolute fast freaks, right? Anthony Schwartz, come on, man. What's going on? People out there, man, you can't cuss on here. I don't know what you guys don't understand about that. I can cuss because I'm talking. They're not going to let you cuss in the comment section. They're not going to show that. Zachary says, thanks for doing this, Murph. You got mad knowledge. I appreciate it. JBE over here letting grown men pipe his daughter while he watches and saying goofy stuff again. Where we at? Did I miss something? I hope I ain't missed a super chat. I apologize if I did. Looks good. Looks good. All right, where we at? Saints look mighty similar offensively to UGA. Physical run game with good play action game. Yeah. Sean Payton is definitely not going to get away from that in the NFL. So they're all definitely on that same stuff, man. No, Alabama does is sideline passes and skinny posts and deep posts. Yeah, you're not watching the game, man. They do a ton of quick game stuff. They're literally playing with Steve Sarkisian's the offensive coordinator. What is he known for? Go back and watch what USC was doing back in the day. When they had Matt Leinart and these guys. These guys are all disciples of like those real Bill Walsh type. These are like Bill Walsh disciples, and they're really running what they were doing back then, and the stuff still works to this day. Damn, this Lou Dog timed out. Yeah, come on, man. We're not doing that type of stuff, bro. You come in here, Lou Dog, you might want to take that back to wherever you came from with it, man. Let's talk football. Or at least just do better jokes than that. Lee Fanatic says, I appreciate the analysis. I have learned a good amount of football X's and O's. Watch your channel. I'm usually quiet around here, though. Man, I appreciate it, man. I know there's a lot of a good amount of coach. Come on, Justin Hayward's in the house. I appreciate that, man. I know there's a lot of lurkers around here. A lot of them are in the business, too. Or they think they're in the business. Oh, Gerald Harmon. I know I'm on at the wrong time. He about to say some crazy stuff. I think Florida will get Auburn. Go Dogs. All right, that's tame from him. D Crush, what up? What up, baby? What's going on? Everyone says, was you a safety? Yeah. Dang, Gerald, you got time over us? Dang, what'd he do? What'd he do, Kevin Lee? 300 seconds? What did he do? Dang, he's weird, but like, you know what I'm saying? He cool. I think he's a Marietta. He go to Marietta. He told me he played at Marietta somewhere. He went to Marietta. J.R. Fly, my man. Bo Nix's elusiveness to break the pocket and throw on a run or run himself could be a factor. Will Florida use any spy concepts? Can you use spy concept? You can't really defend the pass. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to add extra duties to the box in that manner. Then there's one less player that's out there to corral the pass. So I don't know. I know we like to say that Florida's defensive backs or the secondary is the best, one of the best in the business, but it has to show it, man. It has to show it. So maybe the fact that they'd be a little bit healthier for the first time, maybe having CJ and Brad Stewart together. But then I saw Sean Davis wasn't playing. Like, they can't never have two things that match, man. Peanut butter with no jelly. Daniel D, thanks for the super chat. Top Billin love to you. Love the film study. Top Billin to you. Love the film study. Go Gators. Do you think Dr. Pressure will get enough to pull the game in Gators' favor? Just got to the stream. Thank you for saying that you just got to the stream. I appreciate that. I think Dr. Pressure is going to make some noise. I really do. I want to see what Auburn's offensive line is really made of, and if it can handle that. Is Jabari Zuniga going to play, though? Y'all told me he was going to play last week. He ain't play. Is he actually going to play, or is it going to be a game time decision? He ain't playing. I really want to know that, because then I think that you can slide protect over there by Grenard, right? I like Jeremiah Moon, but is he that much of a pass rusher? I think he's more of an athlete than just a straight up pass rusher. I think he can affect the game in a myriad of ways. He can send him out and let him like one-on-one man coverage type. But a true tried and true pass rusher, edge defender, that would be John Grenard, and also that would be Jabari Zuniga, right? Coming from more of a 5 technique, right? So Soder out on the edge, but still kind of interior. Put him next to another pass rusher, run those stunts in games. I want to see what Auburn's offensive line is about. I still think there's some stuff to be had there as well, right? And yeah, I think Dr. Pressure's still going to make his name known in this game as well. But will that be enough? There's a lot of stuff that Auburn can do. It could end up being a defensive battle, so we don't know it from there. But I think Auburn is loaded, right? Loaded on the defensive front. Just as loaded on the defensive front is Florida's, right? So both of them have suspect offensive line, but I think Florida's offensive line may be a little bit more suspect to me than Auburn's. It's just my opinion, though. Yeah, you can't come in here with the Go Gators and all that, bro. We're trying to talk football. We're not cheerleading. Princeton Robertson Jr. with the super chat. Thank you, bro. Never even Robertson. Princeton Robertson Jr. Let me get your name right, man. Thank you for the super chat. Got new cats on I never even heard from up on here. Zach Hicks, what's going on? Clemson gonna drop a game this year, 11-1. Man, it would seem like it, right? You wouldn't think that North Carolina would be able to give it any type of trouble. But then again, man, that defense is still playing well. So they're still playing very good defense, in my opinion. It's a little spotty and shaky here and there, but man, it's become their offense, right? Where's Travis Etienne, the greatest running back of all time? You told me, right? Hall of Famer. Where is he at? They done played like 2 or 3 teams that can do a little bit of something against the run. Now he's not cracking like 60, 70 yards or whatever like that. So they got to get that together, man. But I don't know. It's tough for me to say that Clemson's still going to lose anything, though. They might just have you know what Clemson reminds me of? I'm going to hear this a lot now because I'm about to say it. Florida State, after Florida State won that national championship, the very next year with Jameis Winston and those guys, it was all the games seemed it was just like that. Y'all remember the game against Notre Dame, Florida State, Notre Dame that year? It reminded me of that North Carolina game. Like, they had a whole lot of close games, but what happened was they got to the playoffs and played somebody that was equal to them in Oregon and got their doors blown off. So that could very much happen to Clemson once they get to the college football playoffs. Maybe they run into Georgia or something like that and get the doors blown off. Duke Tucker, thank you for the super chat. What up, Murf? Finally caught the live stream. Enjoy your breakdowns on your channel. I thank you, and I appreciate that, man. Maybe it's good for me to do an earlier one. So a lot of people probably can't catch the late stuff. So thank you. Glad you're able to make it. Zuniga is going to play per Mullen, says Henry Simmons. All right, we'll see. Y'all was telling me the dude was going to play last week. I was fired up. Then I had to watch a little bit of Towson game. You know, I don't like to watch them games like that. And I still didn't see my man. Grenard, FSU almost lost to Louisville that year. Yeah, they did. That's right. Which head coach do you think have more faith in, Mullen or Gus? That's a really good question, man. Man, that's funny. The funny thing about those two guys are at one particular point in time, they may have been like number 1, number 2 for me as far as offensive coordinators. Remember when Gus was running around with the genius tag? People had Gus as the genius, right? Gus was a genius in the national championship game. I remember when I was watching that game, listening to I don't listen to Colin Cowherd or something like that. Something I probably shouldn't. I don't suggest people do that. But that was back then, 2013 or whatever like that. And he was really saying that this man was a genius. Now Florida State came back and won the game and haven't really been the same ever since, really. However, you got to say that man had that tag, and Dan Mullen, with what he did at Mississippi State, doing a lot with a little. And that is a real tough one right there. I like both of those guys almost even, to be honest with you. Because Gus be on that stuff. And Dan is the man. Getting people being hit. And I think that's super chat. Oh, they're telling us, yeah. Don't just say super chat. Just tell them if you're going to say the same thing a bunch of times, you got to super chat it, man. They're my 2 favorite offensive minds, but when they're bad, they're bad. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think they're running certain style of offenses, right? So if we saw what made, they're actually both similar too. I think they're both like if you would say if Gus Malzahn had a Tim Tebow, like his offenses would be the truth, right? He did have a similar with Cam Newton, right? Nick Marshall, same thing with Dan Mullen, right? He's doing good with a Kyle Trask right now, but you can see what he favors. Somebody like an Emory Jones, flipped him from Ohio State. Dak Prescott, some of these guys who can really make it, get after it with the legs as well. So I don't know. I like those dudes. That's Gus and Dan. That's good stuff, man. Both are stubborn and prideful. Yeah, man. They both tried and true too, man. Does OU have to run the table in order to convince the doubters? I think if OU runs the table, man, they're in the college football playoffs. So I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I'm thinking they're just going to be in college football playoffs anyway. I don't really see how they can't be in the college. I guess Texas for sure. We'll see what's up with Texas. But man, to me, you beat Texas, win the Big 12 championship. I don't see why OU wouldn't be in the playoffs. I'm expecting OU in the playoffs. Florida has a loaded wide receiver crew. Eddie Sewell out here on that erotic coconut milk. We've already talked about that, Eddie Sewell. I know you were sitting right there because I saw you. Brandon says, does OU even have many doubters? OU should have a ton of doubters. They ain't played nobody, man. Haven't played nobody, and we still don't understand. Like, OU being good on offense, is that surprising to anyone? Really? Big 12 is not a good defensive conference, right? So you would think at the very least they could be good on offense, right? They're great on offense thus far. Hadn't played any good defenses or whatever like that, but still, the converse of that is the defense. We've known OU to be able to skate through the regular season and then get to the playoffs, and then the defense rears its ugly head. So I think there should be a ton of doubters for OU. If you don't know if that defense is fixed or not, or even good enough, it doesn't even have to be fixed because the offense is so good. But suppose that offense is slowed down just like it was slowed down against Alabama, right? And then the defense gets taken off on again. That's a tough way to win games, man. Beach favorite potato chips. What's up with your name, bro? Bleach flavored. That's gangster. Trask or Knicks? Man, I knew somebody was going to do this to me. All right, so I thought about this before, right? I was prepared because I was like, somebody's going to ask me Trask or Knicks, and bleach flavored potato chips, that bleach all up in his brain. It's the first one. So on this one right here, man, Trask or Knicks, for the long term, I think Bo Nix is a better talent than Kyle Trask. He can do everything Kyle Trask can do and then some, right? And pre-snap stuff. Bo is my guy, man. I don't know why I don't know this, but as far as right now, Kyle Trask is 27 years old. He hadn't played much. Bo has more starts than him, right? But he's seasoned inside of that particular system, right, for the last couple of years. And he's got the weapons around him, man. So I don't want to take the easy way out. I'm going to say it's a push, and that's saying a lot, man, because I think Kyle Trask is extremely talented with a lot of talent around him, and he's 28 years old, and Bo Nix is 13 years old. 13 years old in his first four. Where's that? The dude can't even be here, right, because I blocked him. But it was a dude, he was completely riding Bo Nix and saying how why was I calling him the prodigy and his completion percentage and this? And he was like, I donate to the university. I donate to the university, man. I can. I'm like, come on, man. This dude is so soft. So soft. Who cares what you do, where you went to school and what you donated to? You're trying to judge somebody in their first 4 games and saying that they shouldn't be this and shouldn't be that. I was like, man, he's a true freshman. He's a true freshman. This is what I like about Bo Nix. He's a true freshman playing with a lot of guys as far as the skilled players go, with a lot of guys who are extremely young. Like, that's unfathomable, in my opinion. When Jake Fromm was doing that, right, the general, don't even call him Jake Fromm no more, call him the general. He had guys like Nick Chubb and these dudes that were older than him, right? And Javon Wims and all these guys were some older guys, right? Being able to tell you, Bo Nix is having to learn with guys who are still learning. So take that for what it's worth. C-Note, what up? If you're Todd Grantham, how would you approach or attack the Auburn offense? That offensive line couldn't be any worse than me. I'm just gonna be honest about it, right? I think it's one of the worst offensive lines I've seen on what I consider a high-level team, right? That's what you got to do. You got to confuse these guys, right? They're gonna try to get the ball down. I want about Kyle Trask's delivery. Does he have a quick enough delivery? I think you run some of these games and stunts that you've been running, right? Ty Grantham, you run some of these games and stunts that you. Well, hold on, man. I'm tripping right here. I'm completely tripping right here. All right. Attack the Auburn offense, right? All right, so you got me doing 55 different things, right? So that becomes a little bit different, right? So this one right here, you want to seal the edges. You don't want to let these guys get on the outside, right? That's why I think right now people are having trouble being able to seal the edges. Maybe you want to do a thing to where you keep Bo Nix in a pocket instead of rushing him. Keep him kind of in the pocket and blow it out, right? And maybe you can dedicate that spot, but maybe rush upfield. I've seen stuff like this where you rush upfield, right? But you rush on an angle to where if anything's coming, these jet sweeps and stuff like that, you're funneling that back to the inside, right? You're funneling that back to the inside with Ventrell Miller and these guys. Now, is he playing? Somebody going to come and tell me like one of these guys are going to be out. Like it's weird to me. Every time I watch, I'm like, damn, I was sitting here watching this Florida Gator team, and then boom, this guy's out, and I didn't know he was out. But you don't necessarily have to kind of rush Bo Nix, right? Maybe you want to sit there and have him make decisions, right? And don't allow him to move the pocket. And then you just trust and believe that your secondary is what it is. But you don't want these get hurt by jet sweeps and stuff like that, because that's demoralizing. And they will take it 80-something yards. And once they start hitting that bad boy and you're scared of that and you're not even really trying to rush, then that's when that inside game with Jatarvius Whitlow and these guys start hitting on you right there. So I think it's kind of a give and take. You don't necessarily need to rush upfield and get and lose your integrity, your contained integrity. But you don't want to get beat with the outside rush game. And they may be the best doing it in the entire country with the outside rush right now. So glad I was able to kind of steer that bad boy back on the road. I was all out of sorts right there. Delayed stunts. Ventrell is playing according to the coaches. So he wasn't playing. I knew that was somebody was missing. Come on, man. Y'all what's wrong with Florida, man? Florida missing about 80 people. All good, too. Lakers said he had no idea Trash was 28 years old. He is 28 years old. You know you old when you can go that thing. What's that thing right there? Or you right here? I still can't grow that bad boy. He got that bad boy connecting like right there. That man 28 years old in college. Messing with them college chicks. You gonna check that man sometimes, bro. Oh man, somebody got timed out. Was it too early? It's too early. Dude, obviously know he's not 28 years old. Come on, Gator Champ. You can't be that goofy, man. Gator Champ, somebody we gotta watch. Like, he's a little strange. Eric Moss is back. What's up? Gus has a better run game, Dan better passing game. Both excel with athletic QB. Nick Cole will show. Nick Cole, that dude is cold. When somebody asked me about the second, it's between him and Marlon Davidson. Nick Cole and Marlon Davidson. Gus does have the better run game. And Gus's run game is very, you know what I mean? It's very dynamic, right? A lot of people can't bend the edge. They're bending the edge, and they're bending it by force, right? There's force. Some people have a choice over there. They're forcing you to defend it. So that's scary. They're going to do it. Some of these guys are running on the inside. They may throw a pitch here and there, but every single play has some type of jet action in it or orbit motion or something like that. And you have to really respect it because they could rip a 90-yard run off. You know what I'm saying? They need to stop giving the ball to Sean Shivers, though. I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little down on Sean Shivers, man. He be doing stuff, then he fumble, and I don't know. I thought he was faster than he was, too. Thinking about Sean, I think he has straight line speed. We look at him small, and you think he's a jitterbug. He's not that. He's a straight line speed guy. He has no moves in the open field. I see him get caught in the open field a lot and get tackled because he has no moves. So he's an odd player, man. He's like 5'2", Sonic the Hedgehog legs, and them Sonic the Hedgehog legs, but he ain't got no agility with it. He's just fast. That's a good observation, though, Eric, for sure. Rico Dowdle. What's wrong with Rico Dowdle's dad coming up on the chat trying to promote his son? Rico Dowdle, he got to do anything. Logan Stewart in here, what up? If y'all see this dude, he done asked this thing like 5 or 6 times. Y'all ain't timed him out yet, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You can't ask me the same thing 55 times. Don't you see these people in here? Super chat it. Where you rank Georgia receiver core, Murph? I would say in top 10, about top 10. I wouldn't think it's one of those high-level elite ones, not yet. No production really from it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are just new. As far as talent goes, though, probably a top 5 for real. Probably a top 5. And then all that talent is cultivated, it is definitely a top 5. Would like to see a high-end tight end, but are they even going to use the tight end for a high-end tight end to actually work? Funny to see Dan Mullen with the high-end tight end killing it. Get him out, coach, says Justin Hayward. Love it when he says that. Whose special team is better, Auburn or Florida? Man, that's a tough one right there. Man, y'all made me. Speaking of y'all, what about Kadarius Toney? He ain't, man. Whose special teams are better? Anything with Christian Tutt in it. Christian Tutt is a monster kick returner, right? Not the fastest guy in the world, but kind of reminds me of a what was the guy from Alabama a long time ago that used to return all those kicks? He just understands running lanes and he's fearless. Christian Tutt, I think, makes Alabama special teams better, in my opinion. But sometimes you got to go by the kicking too, and that's something that I'm not going to even lie. I've never ever pay attention to kickers. I don't even be knowing these dudes' names. I can't even front. I don't even be knowing these dudes' names. I turn my head or something. Tony's a dog, man. Is he still injured? Yeah, I think he is. Javier Arenas, yeah. Christian Tutt is like Javier Arenas. Shout outs to Christian Tutt, man. Shout outs to the state of Georgia. Who has more Georgia players on there, Auburn or Georgia? Somebody count that up. I say can't wait to see how good Auburn's wide receivers are next year. I'm telling you, man. That's the thing. Auburn may be a little ahead of schedule. But it has to be. It's a little bit ahead of schedule because the defensive front is so good. So I wonder about who will step up next year in the defensive front. Does it become a linebacker-led team? They have some guys that they've recruited that I'm anxious to see as well along the defensive front. But man, you're gonna be losing a whole bunch of monsters. I'll tell you that. Very much like Clemson. I'm telling you, very much like Clemson last year. If these dudes keep saying the same stuff, man, and it's some generic stuff, man, like some we're in a week whatever, nobody's ever played each other, just get them out, man. For real. Come on, man. Let's be football heads, man. Let's don't be kids. Maurice Miller in the house. And Maurice is I love Maurice, right? Maurice is an Auburn fan, but he's on our Georgia site, right? I don't know how he got to the Georgia. I've never did Auburn content, y'all know, up until the until that thing in the spring, but he was on it way before then, right? So he was like one of our over the summer guys on the Georgia Patreon. And we let him talk about Auburn. So who I got? Auburn or Florida? Man, let's wait till Thursday, man. Why y'all always do this? Y'all know that Thursday is a prediction day. Brian Burns says OU and Alabama in the national championship. Two teams with suspect defenses. We'll see about that. On Tuesday, Laugh Miles people on Wody. I know, right? What's wrong with them? What are we 4 weeks into doing this live stream? Why everybody doing the predictions on Tuesday? Beast Mode says y'all keep saying the same thing. Let me know who's saying the same thing. Beast Mode, tell them to get them out, coach. Peter Brown says Kyle Pitts has arrived, hadn't he? Whew. I was about to do something on him by himself. Who can take Alabama out in the SEC West? Wow, this dude's struggling, man. What about LSU and Auburn? These teams we're talking about right now. Oh, we got some goofy Ohio State people up in here. How's Ohio State slept on? And that's all people talk about. Are you sleeping on something that's talked about too much? Georgia Bulldogs not beating Alabama. Why? Why is Georgia Bulldogs not beating you? I think you're on the wrong channel, bro. I think that, you know what I'm saying, that mumble rap channel and stuff like that, you got to go over there. Over here, you got to give some analysis. Kenneth Newberg says, top billing kicks ass. What up? Thank you. Yeah, Brandon says, everybody on Ohio State this year. I don't know who even watching. These people be trying to sneak that stuff in just to talk about Ohio State. You know everybody's talking about Ohio State, man. Will a 2-loss SEC team make the playoff? 2-loss. Not 2 losses. Maybe 2 1-loss teams, but one single team with 2 losses. I don't know. That's like 2000. What year was that? 2006 or something like that. The LSU. Peter Brown says Fields is too tight. What's that supposed to mean, man? You guys don't like competition in life. Ohio State not that good in my opinion. No, I'm not saying that. Ohio State may be the truth for sure, but you got to let them show it by actually playing someone. I mean, he's the gym teacher. He's the gym teacher, the PE teacher, right? Isn't that a difference? He couldn't even let him be the gym teacher. They called him the PE teacher. At least in the gym, they let you lift a little weights. In PE, you don't do none of that. PE, you be having to watch the people play Ring Around the Rosie. Be girls there painting each other's faces and stuff. He's the PE teacher. He ain't the gym teacher. You said he got to win? Thoughts on Hornibrook winning? Who do they play? Oh, NC State. I ain't watched that, man. NC State is trash dookie. I guess Florida State's trash dookie too, so it's all good, man. Shouldn't they beat NC State without them boys they had last year? I guess they should have beat no, I don't think they should have beat Boise State either. I don't know. I know why everybody's talking about Hornibrook taking James Blackman's job though. What's up with that? I don't understand that. I'll be admit I haven't been paying attention to Florida State, except my boy the Mississippi State Bullet Cam Akers. Oh, I'm sorry. Keon Carey. Do you think Bo Nix holds up throughout the season playing his schedule? That's a good question, man, because he's about it with his feet. He's about it. I tried to tell people before. Was he labeled as a dual threat quarterback? Please tell me he was labeled as a dual threat quarterback. I can't remember when I did the thing in the spring game. I think I was annoyed that he wasn't. He's a true dual threat. He's a great athlete. He's a great athlete. You saw him with the little slow release muscle relax on the dude and everything. That dude gets upfield. He'll break off 10, 15 yards like it ain't nothing. So he's a tough guy from that standpoint, and he's a willing runner. But the thing it is, he's still kind of slight right now, right? He still don't got his man muscles and stuff like that. So he wasn't early. I don't know. I think he can hold up. I think he got to learn to slide, though. He's a dual threat. So you're saying he was recruited as a dual threat. I'm saying 247 had him. Don't do the I believe. You're on the internet. We're only talking on the internet. All you got to do is look it up. See what he was labeled as. 24/7 Sports did it. What about Rivals? Did they have him as a dual threat? Everybody should have had this guy as a dual threat. Watching Tennessee play football is like watching 11 individuals playing patty cake. Dang. That's cold. Which one is it, man? You got dudes giving me conflicting reports. Was he dual threat or was he a pocket passer? Which one? Just Google it. That's all you got to do, baby. It's not that hard. Based off production and wins so far this season, who's your number one? I think it would be Georgia. Georgia would be number one. That Notre Dame win, man. And I know what Georgia's roster is about. It has a ton of like upperclassmen talent, right? So this was the year for Georgia with the upperclassmen talent. But I'll go so far to say is my number two would probably be Auburn. If not flipped. We're going by it. I like that. You know what I'm saying? When who was it? Everybody else was giving Texas A&M props, right? So that should be the win, right? The Oregon win looking a lot better. Phil says they will give Bo problems. They could possibly give Bo problems. So this is going to be, I still think that this is going to be the best defense that he's faced. It's the most talented defense that he's faced. JR Flash says 247 had him as a dual threat. All right. So somebody let me know what Rivals had. OSU or Georgia offensive line. From how they played thus far, I don't know because OSU ain't played nobody. So I'm going to go Georgia. Like you beating up on guys that don't have NFL talent on his defensive line. Like, what is that going to matter? I've seen people, Marin Tagovailoa, Amosa, Julian Okwara, and all these guys, they're going to the NFL, and they played against Georgia's offensive line. So that's how I'm able to judge it, right? Maybe it doesn't look as dominant. That's because you're going against guys who have like talent like you. Ohio State looks super dominant, but they ain't playing nobody going to the NFL. Come on, man. All of this is going to sort itself out, right? Eventually. So you'll see when it starts to sort itself out, you'll see my tone start to change with it. But I'm going to always be pro competition. Ain't getting a lot of cheerleaders up in here, man. Y'all could tell when the content started hitting. Nobody said anything about Auburn up on this channel. I would say not even 2 weeks ago. Really? Now look at it. It's feeling like it's like 80% Auburn in here, which is cool with me. Y'all know that. I love it. Everybody knows right now I should be one of the top Auburn media personalities, period. Y'all know this, right? Anybody who followed my career, y'all saw the, you know what I'm saying, what I did that Saturday Down South with the Auburn content. Y'all saw that, saying what I could have done at the Auburn Rivals, right? Had that shit going correctly. And I've been ran by a bunch of goofballs. Rivals had Nix as the #1 pro QB. Oh, that's crazy. Dual threat, man. You think Trask can make the reads he needs to make to win? I want to say yes. I want to say that, but he ain't played nobody like he's about to play against Auburn. It's just a big difference. Full Sail University, says Southern Buck. Ohio State played Full Sail University. So, yeah, I want to say that Trask can do that. But, man, it's hard for me to compare the teams that he played, Kentucky and then Cheese Grater University of tire rotation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big difference when you play Auburn. So what happens if he's constantly under pressure? We don't know that. There's some things to be answered about Kyle Trask. And there's some things to a certain point to be answered about Bo Nix. However, we've seen him having to go through a little bit of adversity and everything. So I feel like I know more about Bo Nix, strangely, than I know about a 28-year-old Kyle Trask. Sorry, Gators Chomp. He's 23. He's going to come. He's like, hey, Murf, he is not 28. Steven says, enjoy your content. Thanks for making it. I appreciate you, bro. Because I hate with Ohio State playing ICDC college. Come on, man. You said Trask did lead the Kentucky comeback, but it was a comeback, right? So when you're leading a comeback and you didn't start the game, nobody has film on you. That's what sports is about. People have film on Bo Nix. They know what he struggled with, and he still had to fight through that type of adversity. You have zero expectations when you're coming in, your team is down. Nobody's expecting you to win the game, right? It's no expectations placed on something like that. So it's a little bit, I'm not poo-pooing it. That was very good. But Kentucky sucks, first and foremost. I think it's gone out and lost again. And then the pressure is not necessarily there. You didn't start the game, right? Maurice Miller, I'm sorry, Maurice. I saw you say something. Let me go back and see if I can find that. You said about how you found this. I found your channel about 4 months ago and love your content, so I joined the Patreon. So what is Georgia? I got respect for you and how you break down film, so I joined the Dell. And he joined the Dell McGee tier. But he ain't even joined, you know what I'm saying, like the free content tier. He joined the Dell McGee. He jumped in that bad boy. So shout outs to Maurice Miller, man. All right, Maurice says Auburn's linebackers or Florida's linebackers. Man, this is what I want to do. I want to do the roster stuff. So let's start doing that. Y'all start throwing me out some of these units, and then we'll start breaking down from there. Okay, Maurice, are we including line of scrimmage linebackers? Right? Because Auburn does have a scheme to where they do employ a bump out, like you know what I'm saying? What do they call them? A buck or something like that. Y'all know me. We don't do the terms here on there. We do exactly what it is. It could be a strong side bump out player, right? So where he has flat and hook duty, so they put him on his feet. So let me know if we're doing that or we're just doing off-ball linebackers. Man, y'all be getting on Felipe Franks. I don't like that stuff, bro. I don't like fans to begin with, you know what I mean? But that's probably one of the reasons why. I know a lot of these kids, but more importantly, I know a lot of these kids' parents, man. And you want to sit there and read somebody like getting on your kid after they were sucking them off when they signed to begin with. Because every one of you guys, every signing day is always like, oh, we got so-and-so, oh, tweaking your nipples and stuff like that, like a bunch of lames. And then, you know what I'm saying, they have a little bit of adversity. You want to throw them out. You know what I'm saying? Throw them out to the creek. Like, you guys be killing me with that. Exactly. And the guy got hurt. Where's Maurice Miller at? Come on, bro. I'm waiting on you. What are we doing? You super chatted. What we want? We're doing, are we going to include the line of scrimmage linebackers or just the off-ball linebackers? If you don't answer in 10 seconds, somebody else take over his super chat. We're going to do it like they did on, what was that, Making the Band, where they'd be like, sing him out the group, baby. Take his spot. Caleb says both. Shout outs to Caleb too, man. Caleb came through, man, joined the Patreon, bought him a shirt and everything. Shout outs to my boy Caleb. Caleb Strange is a mama jumper, though. Can't even front. People sick talking down on 18 to 21-year-olds. Yeah, exactly, man. That's goofy. Then he had the super chat. I didn't mean super chat. I just wanted to clarify what you was talking about. You had the super chatter, bro. All right, we can do just off-ball linebacker, says Maurice. All right, Maurice. So then that we'll be going against, right, a highly inexperienced Owen Papo next to a decently experienced KJ Britt, right, Kenny Britt Jr. They bring in my boy Chandler Wooten. And Zacoby, man, all these Georgia kids, Zacoby McClain on that team, he be getting it in. Man, I heard a funny. I don't know if I could talk about that. See, I could break all kinds of Auburn news. Man, Auburn got, you know what I'm saying? I tried to do Auburn before. I tried to tell you, I got all kinds of contacts, especially at Auburn. But versus Ventrell Miller, man, Mari Burney. Man, I would say from a talent perspective, man, I had to go with Auburn's, but from a production standpoint and what people have done, you gotta go Florida. I would go Florida, especially if we're not including the just off-ball linebackers. I'm gonna go Florida, but from the talent perspective, I think Auburn has that on lock right there. David Reese. I was trying to y'all saw me. I was reaching. I was like, man, who's the guy right next to him? Yeah, David Reese right there. That just ends it right there. His production is off the chain. Yeah, so let's go Florida on that one. Not by much though. Come on, man. I want to add in the line of scrimmage players. Why we had to segment it out, man. All right, if we add in just since he super chatted twice, we add in the line of scrimmage linebackers, right? So you got Jeremiah Moon, and then well, shit, it's really just him. No, you got Jeremiah Moon, and then you got freaking John Grenard, right? That's nasty. That's hard. Over there, you got they stand up Marlon Davidson, right? Stand him up sometimes, and then you got Big Cat Allsize Bryant. Davidson himself, man, I've seen Davidson do work ever since he was a freshman. We don't know much about John Grenard, but we do know about what he's done this season, and he looks like a potential first-round pick. He got that 58 too, looking like Von Miller. Man, it's funny. You got Moon and Cat Bryant, probably very similar. I think Moon may be a little better, a little bit better athlete. I saw some when I was doing the film study of this last one. They threw a swing pass to Colin Hill, and your boy had cement shoes. Big Cat Bryant had cement shoes. He looked like he was running slower than a mama jumper. So between those two, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna take an upset here. I'm gonna go with Marlon Davidson because I seen him ball out for the last however many years. Marlon Davidson's 30 years old too, so shout outs to anybody who's 30 years old still playing college football. I'm gonna go with Marlon Davidson and Big Cat Bryant, and yeah, I'm gonna go with those guys, which is tough to me because John Grenard looks nasty and Moon is sick too. Hey, that's tough. Zuniga don't count though, man. They be putting them at a 5 technique, so everybody's not standing up when they're in a base and they're in their base 3-4, or when they get to the 3-4 fronts or the 4-3 overs or whatever like that. It's not Zuniga. They literally put his hand on the ground and let him rush from a 5 technique. That's why I think Florida is such a unique defense. They have a guy like that who's 250 pounds rushing from a 5 technique. That's unheard of, right? So he could potentially give a lot of people problems in that manner. But just the outside linebackers you see stand up is Grenard and Jeremiah Moon. Yep, Grantham for you. He be doing some stuff. Did he do that at Georgia where he had like a 250 pound? Yeah, he did. Did Grantham coach Jenkins? Let me know, because remember Jenkins would sometimes be at a 5 technique. Let me know who was coaching Jenkins. I forget what Jenkins' first name is. Plays for the New York Jets. How are the UF edge guys against the run? See, that's what we were talking about earlier. They better be good against the run because the edge guys are going to be in a conflict of assignment now because they keep bending the edge with Anthony Schwartz. Who else got some love? Eli Stove was bending the edge. Eli Stove, 30 years old too. We got to get all between these teams. They both got some 30-year-olds on it. Like Eli Stove, how long he been in college football? He was back there with the old dude that was a bust at the receiver spot. What was his name? He had a hyphenated name. Came out of Florida. He was he was a 5-star one time. He was the #1 wide receiver. Then his shit plummeted bad. And he transferred. James Houston. Yeah, James Houston's very solid. Nate Craig Myers. There you go. Good looking out, Malik. Didn't Eli Stowe come in with Nate Craig Myers? You can look at Nate Craig Myers and tell he's 32 years old. So you know Eli Stowe around 30, 31. The kid says Stowe fast. Stowe fast. James Stefano is 32. Yeah, but we're not talking about Kyle Davis, man. I can't let you, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk about Gwinnett people up on the channel like that, bro. Gwinnett is in the building. We'll throw up them gang sides, baby. Throw up them GCs, baby. How effective Auburn in the power run game? Isn't that what Auburn is? They pull tackles. I mean, they're very much like Oklahoma, right? With the tag pull, with the tackle and guard pulls and the counters. They literally run all types of counters, right? They have Bills on counters, right? Bills a counter that has jet action in it. Gus on that stuff, I'm telling you, when Gus is on that stuff, it's so beautiful to watch. I'd venture to say that's my favorite offense in all of football, right? Because y'all know me, I'm a run game guy, and that's literally based on the run game, right? They run the run game, shots down the field, but they will try 15,000 different ways to run the run game. And I really loved it when Nick Marshall was there. You go look at some of those concepts that they had with those buck sweeps and stuff like that. That was a monster team, man. But yeah, Steph, where you been, baby? You know that's what Auburn does. It's a power run outfit. Kyrie Campbell, that's a good player for Florida. Defensive tackle, Kyrie Campbell, for sure. Joshua Snyder says, what does my shirt say? It says Mississippi Bullet. Mississippi Bullets. That is one Cam Akers. So it's a nine. Is that my man? What's my man number 99, the H-back? He's playing very well. Like, who's the H-back from that time period with Nick Marshall? That guy was the truth. Chaz Surratt versus Clemson was solid. Chaz Surratt, wasn't he a quarterback at one time? Oh, Clemson fan won. Damn. Who let him back up in here? Gerald up here. I told you crazy. Anybody mention Britton Cox right now? Erotic. Nah, Cameron Artis Payne was a running back. He was the truth. Now CJ Uzoma was the tight end. Who was the H-back? They had a nasty H-back. He could run the rock too. Lowe says, Mutt, keep doing your thing, broski. I love it, baby. Well, whatever you want to call me, it's all good. As long as you know what I'm saying, you paying with it. Mutt. That's my. We went from Murf to Mutt. Anthony Braswell says, great commentary. Petway. Nah, not Petway. He was another halfback. There you go, Jay Prosh. No, Chandler Cox. There you go. Prosh, I think. Was Prosh after Chandler Cox? That dude was the truth. He was 30 years old, too. Number 27. They could do a lot of stuff with that dude. And I think number 99, what's number 99's name this year? He's looking very much with his blocks, man. Very impactful with his blocking. He's Jay Prosh. Oh, Scully Reddy in the building. Scully Reddy. He be on that erotic coconut milk, bro. This man came in here and said product placement. Come on, bro. What we doing in life? Clemson fan number one already two questions in. Remember, he get 10 per night. And I don't answer none of them. Because he ain't never, Spencer, that's him. He ain't never super chatted. Didn't he play tight end too? Chandler Cox. Yeah, man, they flex him off right there and put them 2 tight end sets. Yeah, we know you talking about Britton Cox, Gerald. Everybody, that's what we say. Everybody that come in here talking about Britton Cox might be a little loony. Everybody wanted to not talk about Britton Cox when he was at Georgia. They like, please don't stop mentioning Britton Cox. And Britton Cox was my guy, too. Yeah, Chris, you got in late, but you still early because we do predictions on Thursdays. Clemson fan says, dude, my mom said you are trying to steal money. See, I had to be careful with that. I won't talk about nobody's mom, you know what I'm saying? Like Clemson fan number one, he might be 13 years old or something like that. So think about this. I'm sitting up here, right, talking to you about football. You asking me, you literally have asked me 100 questions. 100 questions. This is my profession, right? You're not talking to me for no reason. You're talking to me because you feel like I have something to offer you, right? And she said, I'll be stealing money, right? This is what I do. I'm stealing money, but you got all of these cats. Oh, they won't even block? Yeah, that might be. Damn, Clemson fan. He might get it. I don't even know why I'm explaining myself to this little dude. Dude says I'm almost 12. Shout out to you, man. We got to watch our miles with you around there. Psych. Oh, dang. Clemson fan is 11 years old. I take back everything I just said. Shout outs to Mrs. Clemson fan. Shout outs to you. But if you're 11, then how old is your mother? Tell her we have multiple ways you can pay at Top Billin. Mom, I need money for football info. That's what I'm saying. We getting this info. He a young kid, man. He can take and say all my sayings and stuff, take it back to school. Everybody be like, wow, that's some nice stuff you're saying there, Clemson fan number one. Got to pay the piper, baby. Murph, a lot of people saying Mullen can scheme around a weak offensive line. Is that even possible? Heck yeah, it's possible. Quick game type stuff, counters, trap plays, like they're trying to do, like with. That's what I always thought. To be honest with you, I always thought Gus Malzahn schemed around weak offenses. If we go back and look at even some of his best offenses, if we could go back and look at it, good for college, but none of them dudes made it in the NFL, really, right? So he's scheming around and making these guys look a little bit better. I think Dan Mullen definitely has a chance to be able to do that for sure. But then there comes a time to where you're going against a monster defensive front. So it would be hard to scheme against like Clemson's front last year. And I'm telling you right now, Auburn looking very much like a Clemson with that particular front. Man, I feel bad now that man is really 11 years old, man. Shout out to Clemson fan one. I apologize, bro. You probably 31 years old. Definitely a lot of new names up in here. Do I think about Alabama? What that's supposed to mean? You got to be more specific, bro. He said Greg Robinson was the number 3 pick, and he's been on 15 teams since. They schemed that up and made that man look a lot better than what he is. Every time I watch a team, Greg Robinson plays for that team. He was a college player. He's not an NFL player. This man keeps repeating stuff. Who says that? Who's repeating stuff, Lee? Let me know. They can get him up out of there. The Maz ain't doing the job. Brian Burns says Wake Forest could beat Clemson. Dang, that's hard. Yep, what I tell you, Gerald Harmon, I told you that man was extremely suspect, right? Told you he seemed kind of cool, but he still seemed kind of, you know what I'm saying, exotic orange juices. He asked me about the Heisman. We got teams that ain't played ranked teams yet. Switching lanes, he must be super new. Switching lanes, how you hear about Top Billin, man? This man asked me, do you think this could be UGA's year for the Natty? This dude literally just saw a live stream. You had to have been. Let me know, Switching Lanes. How you hear about Top Billin? My mother's in the house, so we gotta chill out a little bit. What's up, Mom? Mom, why you always be up on the live stream, man? You know we be trying to let loose up in here, man. You up in the live stream, you know we be saying crazy stuff, Mom. Mom, get off the live stream and go call my wife. Go call Andrew. Tuesday gets a little crazy, man. It gets a little crazy. Jermaine No says, what's up, Billin? What up? Nick's not ready for Grantham. Man. Nick's done seen some dudes already, though, man. Nick's done seen Bob shoot defense. Patty Cake says, calling my daughter now. All right, Mom. Maurice Miller back in the house. Auburn has 34 players from the state of Georgia on the team, 21 on defense. Exactly. Somebody counted Georgia. They may have more than Georgia. To me, Auburn is Georgia. Georgia is Florida. If you get what I'm saying. Georgia loves the recruit from the state of Florida. Auburn loves the recruit from the state of Georgia. And Auburn be getting them dudes I like, man. Troy Lee says your vids are awesome. I appreciate that, bro. Georgia has 91 total from Georgia. All right. So my damn, they have 91 total players from Georgia? No way. That's crazy. Somebody count that again. This person, and if this Pap, you better be right too. You know what we do when you put some stuff out there. That woman, that one person out there, they was saying something. They was like, "Yeah, I know I'm right." You. It's pink slips out here, baby. If you ain't right, you gone. D Brown, Sugar Hill, Georgia. Yeah, I covered Derek Brown and when he was in high school, man. Man said I ain't capping. Come on, bro. I told you, man. If it's Fab and Jadakiss and these guys don't say this stuff, don't say it on my channel, man. This capping stuff. I hate that. I'm too old for that. Makes me think you're like 20. I don't like talking with 20-year-olds. Pap on that exotic OJ. Uh-oh. Somebody checking. Somebody checking. Oh, yeah, the guy. That's right, Doug. Doug's my man. Shout out to Doug Buchanan. The guy that said that UGA had the #1 defense. Yeah, he was hey, remember Doug? He was excited about it too. He's like, I know him right. 100. He said 100. We ain't heard from him since because he got blocked. The party is going to crash that homecoming. War Eagle. Nick's going to fill the swamp, says Troy Lee. Where we at, man? Let's get on these. Come on, man. Everybody starting to cheerlead again. Let's get on these positional unit comparisons. Kima repeating the same things like 30 times and they ain't got him out yet. Come on, man. I'm gonna have to pull somebody out the crowd to be a mod. Man, you know it's something. They telling you to shut up. You know you're doing too much. Kirby is a recruiting coordinator. I got one for y'all right here for you recruit nicks out there. Who has the best ace recruiter between Auburn and Georgia? Because these guys be on the recruiting trail hard, obviously, because, well, maybe not. Lo had to correct himself. Meant to say Murf, not Mutt. I appreciate it, Lo. Sam Pittman. You want to shout out Super Chat? Mild Menace, he be on them Black and Mild. Mild Menace be saying some weird stuff. He's my boy though, but he be on them Black and Miles. B. Scott, here we go. UF wide receivers versus UADBs. Dang, I thought you was gonna do the positional comparison, not the. All right, so. All right, give me the what's my man number 13's name? Davis, right? Davis on the right side. And who's on the left side? Let me know, Auburn people. Who's the guy on the left side? And Christian Tutt is the star. This dude said, "Shout me out twice." We're about to shout him out for real. He's going to get blocked. You want to get a shout out? Super chat. That's how you get your shout out. Marlon Davis is a cornerback. I'm confused. Yeah, hold on. Noah Igbenogany. All right, so Noah Igbenogany, Christian Tutt, and then Javaris Davis, right? Noah Igbenogany's he's not that good. He's a bunny. To me, he's the guy you can get. And shout outs to Noah, whatever like that. He switched positions from a wide receiver. He has made some plays, right? I think he's a pretty good athlete. But man, you can spin him like a dreidel. I shudder to think what a guy like Van Jefferson could really do to a guy like Noah Igbenogany, for real. I think Van Jefferson is a monster. He comes from nasty whiteouts, NWO over there at Ole Miss. He's been doing his thing for quite a while. Now he has a guy with a good delivery process who likes to actually concentrate on him, right? Kyle Trask seems like he's taking a good liking to Van Jefferson and Kyle Pitts. Those are his two guys, right? That's going to be tough on Noah. That's your guy right there. That's your Huckleberry. You want to attack somebody, you attack that guy. I think Javaris Davis is a little bit better than him. Christian Tutt is a dog. That's my guy right there. So attacking on the inside, I want to see those inside matchups with him. However, you got to add in Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is not just an inline tight end. They split him out wide and everything. He's got to count. I don't think Auburn has somebody who can check that dude. Nobody on the safeties. The safeties are suspect. Denson is a great tackler. What's the other dude that's not Denson? The other guy next to Denson? Like both of those guys, I think, like they may be playing with two strong. I don't know. I think the further the ball goes down the field, Mississippi State had one, right? Dude just got ran by. Tell you, Thomas number 24. Yeah, Daniel Thomas. Daniel Thomas, he just got ran by. Y'all remember that play on Mississippi State? My man overthrew it. But it looked like he had cement shoes on. He could not get out the mud. He could not get out the mud. So I think that's the guy right there. You target Kyle Pitts and those guys, I think that would be the advantage. UF has an advantage over Auburn's DBs. However, you know what? The only reason you can have that advantage, if your offensive line is up to snuff. And I think Auburn's defensive line has a major advantage over Florida's offensive line. So maybe they can surprise us and play better. We see that from Clemson last year. Clemson had a suspect offensive line at times, but then when it came down to it, they played really good, right? So maybe that could be the case right there. So it may nullify itself. That may nullify itself. They may not have time to pick on Noah Igbenogany. But shout outs to anybody out there. Let me know. Auburn people, for real, do you think Noah Igbenogany is good? Let me know. Max protect. You can't max protect, man. Gerald Harmon in here. Going out that exotic coconut milk. That erotic coconut milk. He in there like, ooh, George Pickens. He said no, but Javaris Davis ain't no better. That's what I'm saying. They got suspect cornerbacks. Christian Tutt is the best out of all three of them to me. And you got suspect. I think they have, like I said, they have good tackling safeties, but maybe suspect down the field. Troy Lee says, come on, Murph, we have protected well. Against whom, though, Troy? Think about it. You've not played anybody remotely in the category of what Auburn is about to bring to that ass as far as the defensive front goes. I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. You know my style. If you ain't played nobody, don't tell me what you've done against guys who aren't going to the NFL. I only care about NFL talent. Tut covers the flat very well. Tut is that dude, man. Tut is that dude. I didn't necessarily, when they first said they was going to be the star, I was like, oh, man, I want to see my boy play on the outside. But I like him on the inside, man. He does his thing. Javaris Davis runs a 4.2 40. This War Eagle dude seems like he's a candidate. He's like might be the Clemson fan #1 for the Auburn people here. We got to watch this guy. Here's the real question. Who's going to cover Seth and Anthony? Is Kevin McClain serious? That's what Florida has 2 NFL draft picks at the cornerback position. Very confused by that. That would be C.J. Henderson and Marco Wilson. You know, probably the 2 most talked about cornerbacks in all of college football. I take it you haven't been watching Florida ask that question. That would be the last question you asked, to be honest with you. Phil says best duo in the nation. It's the best duo in the nation as far as name value, I'll tell you that. They got to show it, though. Oh, what did I miss? Zach Hicks just checked UGA roster and counted 87 players from Georgia. Might be off by a few, though, so he was about right. All right. We'll call him out. Thank you, Zach. Well, y'all should count and see who has the best Georgia players. Like, think about this. You got the general, right? Andrew Thomas. But, man, a lot of those other guys that are very good on Georgia's team aren't from the state of Georgia. It seems like everybody who's good from Auburn is from the state of Georgia, outside of the Prodigy and Marlon Davidson. Florida D-line versus Auburn D-line. Scully ready. All right. That's the main event of the evening right there, Scully. All right, so let's get it. Sloan, don't bring that shit up in here. Come on, bro. Why you want to continue that? You see that didn't go well when you were in the chat last night. Why you want to bring that up in here, man? I don't want to talk about that. Somebody resend his chat. I don't want to talk about that stuff. All right, so let's get it. Let's get it. We're going to do the line of scrimmage. My man didn't want to add in the outside linebacker. We're going to do the line of scrimmage, just the D-line. Y'all let me know. I don't know, saying I'm ready for it. Who has the best defensive tackle out of both of those teams? Is it Kyrie Campbell? Who is it? Who is it? Derek Brown. Here we go. How many people going to say Derek Brown? Auburn. The right says, this is how dumb these dudes are, right? He said, dude doesn't allow thumbs down on his videos. How retarded are you? There's no likes on it anyway, so that would be no thumbs up either. It's not displayed, dumbass. The shit is there. It's just not displayed. You know why? Because I don't want soft sissies like you on my channel. Won't worry about thumb. I don't need it. If you don't hear me talking about it, don't worry about it. I just want you to worry about the content. You see when people come in here and they be like, give this a like and a thumb. I don't do that. Why you worried about it? Let me worry about my business right there. Right. So you take your soft sissy ass somewhere else. I missed the super chat. I apologize. I did. Where? Hold on. Damn, they got him up out of there. Thank you. Daniel D, where's your super chat, man? Zach Hicks. Oh, I'm sorry. Dan says Zuniga Henderson playing Tony out. Man, y'all told me that last. I was super excited to see CJ Henderson and Jabari Zuniga come back. Tony out. What about Ventrell Miller? Let me know that. You don't got a super chat there. Let me know about Ventrell. What'd he say? Mick says, what up, Murph? All right, so back to the question. Derek Brown, there you go. All right, so who has the very best edge player between the two teams, in your opinion? Is it Marlon Davidson, Big Cat Bryant? Is it Jeremiah Moon, or is it John Grenard? Put it this way. If you were building a team, which two players would you take out of both of those teams? Zuniga don't count, man. He don't play on the outside. I don't know why y'all keep saying that, man. Y'all are Gator fans. I shouldn't be having to be telling y'all that. He plays at a 5 technique. Grenard and Moon. You can't have 6 edge players. They're all playing at the same time. There's only 2 of them that are actually the exterior players, the edge players. That would be Grenard and Moon. I say, all right, so B Scott says he would take Grenard and Moon. Well, those are your guys. Anthony Braswell didn't give me the correct answer. You have to pick 2 people. You can't just take Davidson. Miller is a go, says Tater. All right, let's get it. Phil says I missed his super chat. Good Lord. I'm sorry. Do you think one loss Florida makes top 4? Of course. So one loss Florida team. Well, who is that loss to? Because the strength of schedule might be. If the one loss is to Georgia, well, Florida has to play Auburn, right? LSU. Yeah, I say if you beat Auburn and LSU, and those teams continue to do good, and that's a tough one. Suppose Georgia is, yeah, that's a tough one. Georgia and Florida both end up with like one loss. Man, let me think about that one. That's crazy. Gerald says Florida will lose 4 games. That's not his question, man. Somebody get this Gerald dude off this erotic coconut milk. All right, Grenard and Davidson. That's a good one, Alex. He gets it. Mongo says Marlon and Moon. Man, that would be hard. That's hard. Troy Lee says Zuniga. Why is this happening to me? Guess these guys don't understand what a 5 technique is. Maybe I should explain that. The Gator says Zuniga isn't strictly on the inside. He isn't strictly on the inside, but he's not strictly on the outside either. So these other guys are always on the outside. So we're going to talk about those guys, because when those guys are playing, Zuniga still plays, right? So they would be the edge players. You're talking about last year, yes, he was strictly on the outside, really, right? Zach Carter. I feel like I've seen this Trask or Knicks thing a couple of times. I think one more time you're going to have to get timed out. Phil says Zuniga does play 5 technique. I know that. That's what I'm trying to tell them. I'm confused why they don't understand this. Davidson and Moon. That would be hard. That would be hard. So both of y'all, so the people who are in the know. What's up, Mac Ash? Welcome back. So the people that are in the know, right, are giving it pretty much 1 by 1. That lets you know that they're probably pretty easy. Cox and Bogle. Yeah, I think this y'all know what to do with him. He's not taking it seriously. He's trying to be cute. Grenard and Davidson. Everybody likes Marlon. Marlon seems to be the consensus. Marlon as well. So you'll get Marlon and Moon, or Marlon and Grenard. He's a beast. Yeah, I love Marlon Davidson, man. Somebody got to check his license though. He might be a little bit too old to be up in college playing with these boys still. All right, so this Gator Nader, I'm sorry, man. You don't understand. how to talk and talk Billin. So we gotta let you go, bro. Santee up there timing him out. Come on, Santee. Davidson and Moon says Maurice Miller. Phil says Grenard way better than Moon. He could be way better than Moon, but guess what? Moon offers a little bit more versatility, right? So if you put him with a guy like Davidson who can rush the passer just as good as Grenard, then you have your bump out guy who's able to cover hooks and flats as well, right? And you can put him in a little bit of man coverage. You're probably not going to do that to John Grenard. This dude said Grenard is over Davidson. Grenard is balling out. Davidson's balling out too, bro. You might want to watch more than just your team. Diabate, yeah, that dude, what is number 11? He's kind of a specialist. But watch your channel all season long. Your breakdowns are killer, man. Keep balling. I appreciate it. Thank you, X Blackwell. Derek Brown is unblockable. So if we go through that, right? So if we talk about, most of y'all probably don't know who Nick Cole is or Truesdale and stuff like that for Auburn. Whereas a lot of y'all probably don't know who Kyrie Campbell is. Marlon Dunlap is at Florida. So a lot of these guys are kind of interchangeable. I'll be with it. I'll come with it, man. I think it's a legit, it might be a legit tie. Might be a legit tie. But what I think the kicker is, I think Derek Brown, there's just no Derek Brown at Florida. Derek Brown, yeah, Schuler. Schuler's a very good player, but Schuler's not Derek Brown. Truesdale leads AU in sacks. Exactly. Truesdale leads them in sacks. So Truesdale, right, because a lot of attention is being paid to Derek Brown, and he still gets it done. And people always talk about, oh, he's getting double teamed. JJ Watt gets double teamed. What does that matter? He's still going to make plays, right? Derek Brown is that type of talent. Derek Brown's every bit as good as like a Dexter Lawrence and these guys, right? He would have been a heavy rotation at Clemson, if not a starter, right, last year. He came in with those guys. So imagine that. Derek Brown is a mother. Moultrie, not a big fan. I like TD, you know what I'm saying? I think what happened to TD Moultrie is they played him at the wrong position. He should have been an off-ball linebacker. They tried, you know what I'm saying, to make him a little bit different, but he is not a pass rusher. He has no pass rush moves. Derek Brown likes being double teamed because he knows it makes him stronger. Pause. Got to pause that one. Derek Brown eats. I'm surprised Brown didn't declare. You know what? I think Brown is a big family man. He got Cam Brown on, his brother, right? Cam Brown was languishing. I don't think Cam Brown had an offer anywhere. But, man, he knew that him staying right there could get his brother on. And his brother has a lot of talent, too. But maybe not at a talent level of to play at a place like Auburn, though. One thing that we're forgetting about is Kevin Steele. Like, a lot of people want to poo-poo. This is what I always try to tell people. When I had my Alabama podcast, right, my partner, Thomas 5,000 Watts, he would always get on Kevin Steele because of what happened to him. Obviously, I guess he was mad at him. I don't know if he mad at him because he left Bama or whatever, but he would always get on him about what happened at Clemson. Like with the West Virginia game, they put up like 70. Now we see cats get put 70 up on all the time. All he's done is going to Auburn and completely revive his career and made himself a top 5 defensive coordinator in the entire country. So shout outs to that. That's a revival for your ass right there. Kevin Steele is a monster. Nobody even, I can guarantee you, 90% of the people here probably don't know who the hell Kevin Steele is. See, Ty Grantham, everybody knows who he is because he's very visible. And people talk about him a lot, and he's yelling at people and stuff, and he beat up the dude from Vanderbilt. Yeah, I agree, but TD Moultrie wanted to play the buck. I saw him as an off-ball linebacker. Yeah, I don't what's wrong with TD Moultrie. I think he probably knew that it was a quicker way for him to get on the field than what they had before. Because those guys that they had before, what were those guys? Well, I forget the guy's name. The guy was shorter cat. That dude was a monster. There's no way he was playing over guys like that. Kevin Steele was born in my hometown in South Carolina. That's pretty cool, man. And Gerald says, and Grantham coach everywhere, yeah. So is Kevin Steele, though. He's coached Kevin Steele was at LSU one time, wasn't he? For like a year? He was at Auburn, LSU, Alabama, Clemson. But you don't know about him because he keeps his name out of he doesn't talk like, you know what I'm saying, my man Grantham, Dr. Pressure. He put that pressure on people. Everybody know him, man. He's a very visible guy. Yeah, Deshaun Davis and Darrell Williams, both those guys was nasty. So it probably was a little bit easier to play maybe behind a big Cat Bryant. Man says thoughts on Owen Pappo. Can people ask me about Owen Pappo? I'm too biased, bro. You know I know that dude. I know him for a long time. Obviously, to Coach K. You probably shouldn't ask me about anybody from Grayson. Wow, still has coached 4 of the current top 10. Yeah, sure has. Clemson should be number 1. They didn't lose a game. That's valid. That's valid. He's still talking about Grayson people. And I just told him don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't talk about the Grayson people, man. I know people be wanting to kill me about the Grayson stuff. You already do a score prediction for this game. That's Thursday. Marquis says they played horrible in wins. Yeah, very much like Florida State. But you know what they say, man, a win is a win. Clemson doesn't have that killer instinct this year. My man said better QB. Between who, bro? Just talking about Auburn? All right, this Auburn people dominating this bad boy. Where my other people at? Let's get some other teams. Let's talk about some other teams a little bit. I can see people already starting to be like, what? My man with the DBU. Is that how many weeks in a row is that when somebody asks me who's DBU? Is David Randa underperforming? You think? Man, has probably the most loaded top to bottom defensive roster there is. You know he's loaded. You know he's underperforming. Man, coming here just to say war. Damn, come on, bro. We're not cheerleading up here, man. We talking football. Gerald had to get his little Marietta thing in. There is no other than Auburn. Come on, man. You Auburn people coming in here strong tonight. OSU talent next level. No. OSU has very good talent, but the same talent we've seen at LSU, Alabama, and next level is going a little bit too far. Good job, Santee. That's how you do it. K. Lee just be like, super chat. You got to tell them exactly. You got to lead them. Lead them. LSU overall defense is ranked better than AU and Bama. AU shouldn't count. AU done played 2 top 25 teams. LSU got to beat up on Vanderbilt. And they played Georgia Southern. And what was that other school? I ain't watched that game. I was like, man, I can't do that, man. Mongo says, you've been on the Auburn message board all day because they love you. I hope that message board isn't the Rivals one. Shout out to the Rivals message board people that's there. You know, I got mad love for you guys. I just hate the dude that run the site. What do you think of UCF? Man, I think it was cool that they got that loss so they can just play some football, man, and stop worrying about being the national champions that they will never be. So it's a very good running program, very good ran program. I actually have I have a family member that I definitely want to play at UCF, right? So I'm talking to them right now. Pierce, best running back for Florida right now. He is, man. Let's talk about LaMichael Pirine. LaMichael Pirine was struggling against the College of Latter-day Saints and toothpaste making. How you struggle against that? Come on, LaMichael Pirine, what's going on with you? Let me know. And they were, man, that Towson had some plays beyond the line of scrimmage. Like they were making plays in the backfield against Florida. That's a little scary to me. But LaMichael Pirine is, man, what happened? Pirine made me starting to think he may have been on some roids or something. Pirine vision this year is horrible. He is, man. He's running up the back of his lineman and stuff, like a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think that a 22-year-old senior would be doing. Pirine is less confident this year. He is hesitant at the point of attack. Maurice, you may be on your own with that one, man. I don't think all them Auburn people want to join a Georgia site. You may be the only one right there. I'd have to probably make an Auburn site, which I originally was going to do. That's probably was going to be on spite though, making the Auburn stuff off spite. dancing in the backfield like MC Hammer or Michael Piron. Dancing. Your boy Damian Pierce don't be doing all that dancing. He just gets upfield. Your man be dancing in the video like P. Diddy. This VJ dude kind of strange. You're on a top billing. You don't know what TB. You got one letter to guess what it is. You're on top billing. You can't guess what the E would stand for on that, bro. Come on, VJ. You let me down, bro. How you think Bo Nix does against Florida? Damn, we've been in here how long? Damn, we won four. How many times we done talked about this? My man, there you go. My man done entertainment. My man done came with the generic question. He said, bro, I like your videos, just can't guess E. That's bad, bro. You got one letter to guess, and you can't guess what the E stands for. E stands for exotic. Exotic orange juice. Top billing exotic orange juice. When it's for you, VJ, it stands for top billing exotic orange juice. Grantham gonna eat Knicks. Man, we have to pause that, man. You're going too far with it. Yeah, Santee. For some of these dudes, TB, the E stands for erotic coconut milk. So where would you rank NC then? NC as in North Carolina? What are we talking about, Sloan? Oh, you're talking to Allen. Okay. Sloan up here trying to have them goofy conversations. Sloan, don't you see what, you know what I'm saying, what not to do in life? Sloan just keep touching that hot stove all the time. It's all good, Sloan. Don't matter who you rep, I like and trust your info. It's because I don't rep anyone. That's why you should trust my info. I'm right down the middle. Gus is 4-1 versus Grantham, averaging 35. Yeah, but Grantham wasn't playing with the type of players that he had at Mississippi, that he has at Florida now at Mississippi State. So I don't know if we should do that. And heck, what happened last year when they played? That was a pretty good Mississippi State team that had Grantham's prints all on it. What's VJ talking about? VJ dominating here. He ain't super, you know what I'm saying? When people be doing too much and they don't be super chatting, I get a little perturbed. All right, where we at? War Eagle says Piron is too slow. Dang. I know, you know what I'm saying, War Eagle trying to be cute or nothing like that, but Jatarvius Whitlow is not the fastest running back I've ever seen in my opinion. Yeah, that Mississippi State team last year hurt Tua. Yeah, that team was loaded on defense. Christian Tutt needs to have a solid game. Florida's most likely going to get the ball out quick. He's going to have a big night. Hopefully for sure. Christian Tutt balls out. And he balls out in the return game as well. Sloan Cole says, Murph, did you know our fellow committed to the G member Boatwright was one of Grayson's best heavyweight wrestlers? I knew he went to Grayson, but I didn't know he's one of the best wrestlers there. That would be James T. Boatwright, my dog. Which SEC gets fired first? Man, which coach gets fired first in the SEC? I don't know, man. I don't see any. Sloan is your personal friend? Sloan, James Boatwright's your personal friend? I doubt that, Sloan. For real? So Sloan, I mean, James, you gonna have to let me know about that, bro. Man, don't say Pruitt, man. He's just in his second year. All right, I want to talk about that with Pruitt as well. So obviously Tennessee playing Georgia, and people are trying to compare the job that Coach Smart has been doing with the job that Pruitt has been doing in the second year, right? You can't compare the two. There's no, you know how talented of a team Coach Smart inherited, right? It was a 10-win team. A 10-win team with a ton of, we've seen turned out to be a ton of really good NFL talent, right? Come on, they didn't have that at Tennessee. I don't think you can do that to that man. Yeah, Mongo, you on the wrong channel, bro. We don't do gambling here. We talk about what's between them white lines. I ain't talking about them white lines that being on, you know what I'm saying? Clemson fan one knows. Thank you for the super chat, though. Pruitt doesn't have the horses. Nah, he don't. But he's recruiting. He's recruiting pretty well. He grew up with a brother from another. Oh, okay. He's a friend of a friend. Derek Mason wasting his talent at Vandy. You talking about them 2 NFL players he had on a 100-man roster? What kind of talent you think Derek Mason has? You can't get it done with one running back, bro. 2016, Georgia didn't have that great of a roster. They won 10 games, bro. What you talking about? The year before. And it brought back a lot of the people that we saw that were stars in the national championship game just a year later. What you talking about, bro? Pipes is here. I tried to see if we can get away from Pipes. Pipes, you know what I'm saying? Pipes, I was talking about the other day. Pipes done chatted about 900 times. I don't think Pipes ever super chatted before. UGA is overrated. Somebody get him out, coach. Well, before they get him out, how is UGA overrated before we get you out of here, bro? Come on, Charles Stud. Floor is yours. How is Georgia overrated? Tut on the punt return, though. Tut's a monster, man. UJ had a good roster. I'm a Dog fan. No excuses. We always had a good roster. Yeah, you guys would be crazy to say that they didn't have a good roster in 2016. We can just name off all kinds of players on that roster. Some of these, you would have gave that roster to some of these teams, or some of these, you gave that roster to Alabama, and they'd be like, oh, let's get it. Yep, need the receipts. Where we at? Come on. What was his name? How is Georgia overrated? Cats be trying to throw that stuff out to just to incense the crowd. They be like, oh snap, I got caught. The kid says he on that St. Odds. Where's this dude at? I know he's watching. All right, Charles Stud, I am from Tuscaloosa. What the hell they got to do with anything? Get him out, coach. What are you being from Tuscaloosa got to do anything? You're trying to just tell us that you're a homer? Come on, man. Give us some real analysis. They can't beat the bid. They just beat Notre Dame. Go by what they can beat. Roll Tide, get him out, coach. You're on the wrong chat. Take that shit to Paul Feinbaum's show. I'm gonna personally get him out. Y'all taking too long. Fuck wrong with these dudes, man? Want to come up on the internet with this goofy shit, man? Y'all ain't got nothing to do. Y'all got a chick or something? Go have a child or something, man. Do something in your degenerate ass life. We trying to talk football here. KJ Britt filling in for Deshaun Davis, pretty good. Yeah, KJ Britt he's a dude. I had a lot of interaction with KJ Britt when he was on the scene. Everybody thought he was going to Georgia. Obviously, everybody knows at the time I was working with the Georgia rival site, and yeah, I knew he was going to be good. It's funny, he was a real big hitter in high school. He's not that big of a hitter in college. He's more of a short tackler, and I really like that about KJ Britt. And I have to get him props. We were talking about the ace recruiters, and everybody said Sam Pittman. I was expecting Auburn to name a certain someone that actually literally be killing it, who's an ace recruiter for Auburn. Joe Bromo says, have I covered Iowa versus Michigan yet? You tripping, bro. Yeah, I like Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina. He's very good. He's like a almost like their version of like a Derek Brown. Where do you think Tate Martell takes his career? I think he takes his career to like Polo Ralph Lauren or something like that. That's what he needs to do. That man says, bro, only cover SEC and some ACC. Then that would mean that you're not. How did you get here, Chris Thorne? I'm pretty sure everybody knows that I did a ton of Michigan stuff, ton of Ohio State stuff. Who else we got? And they say I did the SEC. You ever seen Mississippi State stuff on here? You ever see any Ole Miss, Arkansas stuff? I cover these teams. These are teams that I guess I got to do it once a stream, Honda. I got to name off some shit. I literally covered these teams for Rivals, Saturday Down South, Like I have a built-in fan base, right? So if you're doing this as a thing, just think logically. If you're doing this as a business, right? This is my business. I have a built-in fan base with a lot of these teams from working at Saturday Down South, Rival, Scout, was be LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and stuff like that. So it's easy for people going to recognize my work. They're going to know what I'm doing. So you want me to cover 50 million? I know everybody wants me to cover Washington and things like that. This shit ain't gonna work. I don't have no built-in fan base, and I don't got time to be wasting my time, right? Time is money, right? I'm not doing this for the jollies. I don't want to be popular or anything like that. This is my actual career. So there you go. That's why I cover the teams that I cover. Want me to cover Utah, huh? Rodney Garner is the ace recruiter for y'all at Auburn, you think? Man, I got somebody better than that, man. Man, I'm not saying those teams are irrelevant by any stretch of the imagination. It got nothing to do with me, though. Like, you guys think that everybody you see on YouTube or whatever is the same. Don't compare me to none of these clowns you see on YouTube. We're not the same. I have countless of accolades and money made in sports media. I'm a real live sports writer. You can Google it. Cody and Cadillac good recruiters. Man, y'all tripping, man. Travis Williams. Where's Travis Williams? This guy done took everybody's linebackers. And he'll take some other people. Travis Williams, I got shout outs to the dude. Me and Coach T. Will, you know what I'm saying? We got a little something. That was my guy at one particular point in time, but that dude can recruit. No doubt about it. Cadillac Williams is probably my all-time favorite running back. At least in the past 20 years. That was my guy, man. I cannot believe that Cadillac Williams. I be forgetting about it. I'm like, damn, Cadillac Williams, the freaking coach at Auburn. That is crazy. Damn, how this dude? I'm confused. How this dude? Man, I know we blocked this dude. Man, could you imagine being a loser like this Charles Stud dude? I don't even like the, you know what I'm saying people's name because nobody's gonna remember that shit or whatever like that. But just really think about it. You gotta hop up in someone's live stream, and this is how you conduct yourself. Like where's your life at? Like for real. Everybody think about where this man is at in his life. Like whose basement is he living in? CNT, man, let's don't delete the message. Get him the hell up out of here. Here we go. No, man, nobody don't talk about what I look like or nothing like that. You know why? Because, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on that, you know what I'm saying, splendid stuff around here. I don't know who that is, and, you know what I'm saying, it's looking sounding a little splendid, baby. Let's talk about football. Let's not talk about me. Do you think Pierce deserves a shot to start over P-Ron? Yes, he definitely does. My team is awful and will be for some time. Georgia Tech. That ain't Rico Suave. Not looking good at Tech at all. Shout out to Jeff Collins, man. Sometimes you shouldn't be comfortable in life, man. You can't hire all of your friends. Chris Sloan says, Murph look good, Cletus. Come on, Sloan. Chris Thornton says, Hurts a dog. Hurts is the man. Hurts is the man. Malik Davis is a pretty good running back. He got to keep the man going. He'll walk and fumble. You blow on Malik Davis, he going to fumble. Yeah, why isn't Garage starting over Delance? I'd like to know that too. They bringing him in kind of in a sub role. I'd like to see him just get a shot, period. You better do something. Auburn on that ass. Man, say he just got here. Thursday is when we do predictions, bro. I think P-Ron starts and Pierce gets more snaps. That could be cool. He's like a ceremonial starter. Tennessee game scares me as a UGA fan. I'm the first one to tell you always, you know what I'm saying, don't ever underestimate your competition. You scared of that game, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Something catastrophic would have to happen for that for Tennessee to beat Georgia. And y'all know how I do it. I don't never overlook anybody. Tennessee got major issues, man. Whitlow has fumbling issues. Ah, man, yeah, Whitlow. Sometimes I think you just got to go down. Like, go down sometimes. Justin Fields is a video game. Gotta play somebody, man. They wouldn't know if you're a video game or not. Do you think Hurts' Heisman run will be hurt because they don't play anybody? They'll play Texas, man. Then they'll get in the I don't think voters think about stuff like that. You get one game like a Texas game that's real national. You keep doing your thing. I think he'll be fine. Especially he got all the hype anyway. Everybody wants to see him. Everybody wants to see him succeed. Where we at? Where we at? Running out of time. Running out of time. Where we at? As a true diehard Auburn fan, it will be great to see UGA and LSU play this year. Oh, I'm confused about it. You don't want to see Auburn and UGA play twice? Is Oklahoma playing anyone different or better than they did with Kyler Murray? Kyler won it, so that's a good point. Who did they have last year out of conference? I guess Army, right? I think Kyler got to play Texas twice. That was dope. And he got to avenge a loss. Is anybody playing better than Auburn? Georgia's playing pretty well. Murph, what do you think about Seth Williams? I think he's a dog, man. Seth Williams is kind of like the guy at Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. I feel like anytime you throw Seth Williams the ball, he's gonna come down with it, man. He's just got that want to. LSU don't play UGA this year, but it will be a great game to watch. I think they meant in the SEC championship game, bro. Van Jefferson the same way, yeah. He got that dog in him too. Auburn has the toughest schedule left for a relevant team. Man, this is a tough schedule by far. So what they got left? LSU, Georgia, Alabama. Man. My man on Owen Papo real hard, ain't he? Indy proved they were better than advertised. Makes UGA look good. So I tried to tell people. Nobody ain't talking about that. I was talking to a couple people today, and they were like, come on, fam. People were saying before that Virginia could give Clemson a run for his money. Now what happened? Notre Dame go out and beat them first. Auburn has Bama and UGA on the road, which helps. I'm confused. I have them on the road. That helps Auburn. DJ Williams needs more touches. DJ Williams, the kid they got from who was it? Everybody wanted that kid. He was one of those second signing period guys. The Brett Seether of running backs. Alabama really hurting that linebacker. Man, it's real tough. DJ might be looking at a red shirt. I can see it, man. There's a lot of totes to go around right there, man. What's my man? You got Cam Martin still there. Auburn has UGA and Bama at home. There you go. What was talking about on the road? I guess he just misspoke. Joe Burrow winning. Yeah, he is winning head, man. Joe Burrow winning head, man. No, you can't clean it up. That's what you get. That's a Freudian slip. Ohio State looking like the best, like the team to beat. Thoughts on KJ Britt so far? Besides the 15 other times I've been asked about KJ Britt in the last 2 hours and 9 minutes. KJ Britt's a monster, man. Looks very good. Man, winning that Headman. I knew some chicks who won the Headman Award. Judy gonna be a great. I'm confused. Isn't he the reigning Bolitnikoff Award winner? How's Chase Young looking to me? Chase Young's the best defensive player in the entire country. But that ain't got nothing to do with this schedule. He was just that, period. Thoughts on future potential? Come on, man. Well, these dudes like to talk about the future. I want to talk about now. Sloan, I bet you're just so cool to talk with. Nobody want to talk about that, man. You don't see my style. I don't care about the future, bro. I care about now. I want to talk about now. We're in the middle. What are we, week 6 or something like that? Week 5, week 6? I want to talk about now. I think White and McIntosh would be cool, man, for sure in the future. But what about now? What can Auburn's DBs do to contain Florida? Says Drew Wells. What can they do to contain Florida? Man, they can hope and pray that pass rush gets home, man, because I don't think Auburn's DBs can contain Florida's wide receivers. I just don't think they're very good outside of Christian Tutt. And I think they have a pretty good vertical game going on at Florida. So one hand washes the other and both wash the face. It's going to come down to that line of scrimmage play. Now, if they can, Florida has a dookie offensive line. Auburn has a great defensive front. That could be extremely bad. And that'll be a great way to contain those wide receivers. So it just may come down to that defensive front, man. Noah is a beast. What Noah is a beast? You talking about Noah Igbenogany is a beast? You crazy. He's not that good, bro. Don't come in here with that homer stuff, man. You know that dude is not that good. Davis ran a 4.17. All right, man. I think this chat is starting to get off the wheels. I'm about to give y'all about 5 more minutes, and I'm getting out of here. Go hang out with my wife, man. Got a bunch of weirdos up on here today. A 4.17. Florida, Auburn fans out there, let me know what you think about Noah Igbenogany. This guy says that he's a beast. Is Noah Igbenogany a beast? Bama needs to find a different way to use Waddle. Smoke Monday. That's my guy right there. I love that dude. Maurice Miller says he is not a beast. Chris Howard says he's all right. War Eagle says facts. Mongo says he doubled down on the straight beast. All right, so I see what he's doing. He's just trolling. I guess he doesn't understand what we do here. Trolls only last about 3 sentences, bro. Y'all know what to do with him. Alex Davis says Daniel Thomas is a good safety. I like Daniel Thomas. I think he's a good tackler. I don't know about these guys going down. Oh, he think it's funny. We ain't playing funny over here, but you got to go, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I think that Daniel Thomas, you can spin him like a dreidel, bro. For real. The further the ball goes down the field, he may be more of a liability. But I don't think he's bad or anything. Same thing with Denson. I like Denson a lot. Denson kind of reminds me of J.R. Reed from Georgia. And they both wear number 22, don't they? Man, why does Alabama need to find a way to use Jalen Waddle? It's the fact that he's a sub. That's what's going on. He's a sub to a team that has 3 guys that are as good as him, as fast as him, and everything. He just probably needs to just wait his turn next year. Denson is a playmaker, versatile. Yeah, I like Denson a lot. Beast Mode says David Reese is a beast. Yeah, he is. Florida won't be able to get the ball off. Auburn has a ton of confidence. Now, they'll get the ball off now. I think you're going a little bit too far. What does Javaris Davis speed have to do with his cover skills? Exactly. You that fast and you be getting raped. Daniel Thomas is like Richard LeCount. And which fashion? You trying to say he's bouncing out tackles? Clarify that, Zimmer. What do you mean? How is he like Richard LeCount? I think Trask opens up the passing game more, but Franks is always an explosive play threat. You talking about like with his legs, Colin? D Brown is the best defensive lineman in the SEC. Definitely, I would co-sign that. I would co-sign that. There's some other guys that are dope, like Jabari Zuniga. They keep talking about him. They keep wanting to force him as to be some type of outside linebacker, and he's not. He is he's right up there with them as well. Rashard Lawrence at LSU. Yes, and the deep ball. Man, you don't think your boy Kyle Trask can throw the deep ball? Mom Minute says, all right, Murph, heading to the smoke shop for them Black and Miles. All right, Mom Minute, go get your Black and Miles on. You be going off them Black and Miles. Grenard good too. He's an outside linebacker though, bro. They said lineman. Man, you guys be watching Top Billing, man. You guys can't get positions right. I'm confused, man. I thought I was helping you guys out in life. My man said defensive lineman. Why are you naming a outside linebacker? LSU got some men on that O-line. On the O-line? I don't know about that. Austin Deckles and them. Schuler's a good defensive end. Schuler's pretty good. Dunlap is pretty good. I missed the super chat. Oh, I'm sorry. UF moved Trey Dean to safety and replace him with Elam. You moved Trey Dean to safety and replace him with Elam. So you want Elam to be yes, I don't know that. I don't even like Trey Dean really at the star position. I think that you need somebody a little bit more agile. I think Kyer Elam and Trey Dean are very similar. In fact, when I saw Kyer Elam before, I thought he was just like Trey Dean. Trey Dean's my guy. I wouldn't necessarily do that unless CJ Henderson was still out. But if CJ Henderson is back, I would just leave it. I would leave it as it is. I would move Trey Dean to safety anyway. But it don't have nothing to do with Kyer Elam. But I like Brad Stewart and I like Sean Davis. I don't know, man. That's a tough one right there, man. I might just leave it the way it is. To me, though, Trey Dean is more of an outside. He's either an outside corner, like a press man zone type, or he's a safety. I don't really like him. Him going against Will Hastings. Will Hastings would turn him like a dreidel, bro, on the inside in the slot. Patterson Bean says on the Patreon, good stuff. Why is the spinoff Indy and the Indy is better than people thought? I don't know what to tell you, Patterson. I tried to tell people, nobody don't want to listen to me. Everybody still want to think that Notre Dame's not good. So then nobody's giving them credit. I noticed that. I'm like, man, ain't nobody going to say nothing about Notre Dame beating Virginia? Not one person. Even my boy, Coach K. I was like, Coach, what you talking about, man? I'm like, Notre Dame going to turn around and beat Virginia. And he was just like, I was like, dang, Coach, you whistle. Auburn has the best backup QB situation in the SEC. Hey, hold up. Auburn has the best back because of Joey Gatewood? Wow. You jumping out the window with that one, ain't you, bro? Man, come to think of it. Let me see who. I don't know, man. I think Mac Jones would be pretty solid at Alabama. And so with Miles Brennan at LSU. I didn't say UGA, but Miles Brennan at LSU would be good. And Mac Jones at Alabama, I think he would be pretty good. The Prodigy is about the smartest young QB I've seen in a while. He's got that IQ. Very good, man. But there's this cat called the General at Georgia. It was just only 2 years ago. He was a freshman as well. Kyle Pitts is a beast. Have you seen any growth from Jordan Davis this year? Any growth? Man, I can't see that I've seen growth. He's just still a potentially dominant player. Jordan Davis looks good, man. I love Jordan Davis. I think that where he hasn't grown, though, I think he needs to get in better shape or something. He looked a little different to me last year. All right. I thought Christopher Thornton was trolling before. He kind of like masked his trolling as, you know what I'm saying? He did a good job of masking it and stuff now. So I think he's about 2 comments away from have to get him out of there, coach. Oh, he was already timed out. See, I wasn't even paying attention. He talking like that definitely seems like he may have needed to be timed out. This man's better than Trevor Lawrence because he played against Nebraska. Sandberg, third string QB at Auburn, is legit 25-year-old sophomore. Oh yeah, Cord Sandberg played in baseball, didn't he? Julian Carl might be a first-round pick. I think he is a first-round pick. I'm sick of people saying the Journal doesn't have the arm strength. Yeah, those people don't watch football. They just read. They read some goofy ass website or something. Houseway. Georgia doesn't let him show it. People think that arm strength is throwing the ball downfield. Like, come on. I guess I need to just. I gotta chill with that. I gotta chill. I know that a lot of people aren't going to understand the intricacies of the sport. If you think the loading up and throwing the ball downfield is what arm strength is, then I have a bridge to sell you in New York that I own. You know what outs are and deep comebacks and deep digs? Those are arm strength throws. That's where you show arm strength. You can freaking jump into a damn throw and get the ball 60 yards downfield through the air, but can you put something on a rope? And who's putting the shit on a rope like the general? I can freaking show you all kinds of different plays with this man throwing some serious out patterns from the opposite hash and it's on a rope and they ain't got no national championship game or something like that. Uh-oh. Am I still here? Am I still here? Technical difficulties. Ron was throwing some great scenes versus IT Tic Tac and it disappeared from the plans. What? Very confused about that. Zach Bolton, dude. Didn't we identify him as a troll before? You know how many freaking teams that Georgia has played against in the last couple of years? Yeah, it said that I was freezing up, bro. Am I back now? I don't think Tua throws that well outside the numbers. I don't know. I think he throws pretty well outside the numbers. They don't. Yeah, maybe they should. I don't know. I don't have any stuff to say for people like that. I think the dude's literally just trolling. Like, come on. Logan Stewart, due to the lack of athletic ability, they said Emory was throwing Patrick Mahomes type of throws. Yeah, but where's his accuracy at? That's what you got to know about Emory Jones. Is accurate enough? We know he's got a pretty lively arm, but I've seen that man play a lot of football in high school, and I always wondered, could he put the ball where he was looking? Who do you think should be UGA's main go-to receiver? I don't think you should have a main go-to receiver. I think you should spread that bad boy out like Alabama. You can say Jerry Jeudy's the main go-to receiver, but you got dudes in consecutive weeks getting like 250 yards receiving by themselves. Spread it around. That way nobody can key in on one person. Everyone says, I can't believe you don't like my dude Shivers. What has he done for me to really like him, though? Put the ball on the carpet. Obviously, he has some good straight line speed, but like, what else? What else besides that? No, I don't think he's too small, man. I don't think he's too small. We've seen guys his size before, Dexter McCluster and these guys like that. Yeah, I just think that when he's in the game, you're not giving the ball to maybe some guys that you could be giving it to. I don't know, maybe the jet sweeps, but even on the jet sweeps, man, I don't think he's agile, and I think you have to have a little bit of agility. You saw when a guy broke down to tackle him in space in the last game. You think DeAndre Swift, Philly Flyer, would have been tackled in space by one guy like that and all that space? It's almost like he leaped into the tackle. He was like, damn, I ain't got no moves to make. Let me leap into this tackle. Chava has in Sonic the Hedgehog legs, too. Yeah, Les, I said that earlier, bro. I feel like Dan Mullen got his QB and Mark. Oh man, I forgot about that guy. Oh, never mind. I don't know. I see what you're saying. No, never mind. Hey, what about Mark Anthony Richards from my boy Amon Richards' little brother at Auburn? Like, what about him? He gonna redshirt this year? I saw him bust that 80-yarder up the middle on Bama. Yeah, that's a pretty good play. He gonna live by that play forever? Eric Moss said he's hurt. If he's hurt, then get him out, coach. We can only go by what you do on the field. I hate that excuse. If you hurt, why you playing? Chris says probably redshirt. Yeah, I can't wait to see Mark Anthony Richards play. D-Rob has been in the slot a lot, so I don't know how many deep balls he's going to get there. Y'all watch this Zach Bolton dude. All right, where we at? Where we at? Time to go? Is Keontae Jones getting PT on the Auburn offensive line? Keontae Jones? Who the hell is that? Oh, you mean Keandre from True 19? No, I doubt it, man. Auburn is loaded with like upperclassmen. I think everybody on Auburn's offensive line is probably a redshirt junior or a senior or something. Prince Tega Wanago, whatever, like that. He's like 40. He had 2 different careers. He was a defensive lineman for his first 6 years of his career. Your thoughts on Kadarius Toney? What about him, bro? Sounds kind of general there. I mean, about him not being available, or just want me to know how good he is, or what are we talking about? He's a very talented player. They said everyone was a senior during the Mississippi State broadcast. A word? I'd be listening with the sound down, man. I can't even listen to them dudes. Tony isn't playing this weekend. Oh, here we go. Now I'm excited. Something orange came on the screen. Bengal Tiger 24 J Martin says, what wins the game in the AU versus UF game? Meaning offense or defense from what team, in your opinion? You're trying to be cute, man. We're making predictions on Thursday. You're trying to get a prediction out of me too early. I'll say look out for line of scrimmage play. Like I said before, Florida has a trash dookie offensive line, unable to run the ball. And if it's unable to run the ball, where does the play action stuff go? Does it have to resort to just only trying to bend the edge and stuff like that? Can it be creative enough to attempt or get a little bit of semblance of a run game, right? If not, and Auburn is able to just pin his ears back and not have to worry about the run because they can organically stop that, I think it's going to retard the ability for UF to spray the ball all over the yard, right? I think Auburn's going to manufacture some points because that's what it does, right? It's going to hit something that's going to be weird or something, some trick play or something like that. But Florida has a big task on his hand trying to get around a very faulty offensive line. I would say that too. But conversely, what is Auburn's offensive line like? Florida has a very good defensive front. So those are the two right there, and vice versa. So Florida's defensive front versus Auburn's offensive line, and Auburn's defensive front versus Florida's offensive line. Thank you for the super chat, Bengal Tiger. Appreciate that. Reset it. You said it. Gus on that stuff. He is. Gus on that stuff, man. When he's on that stuff, he going to manufacture something. But we got to know that Bo Nix, right? This is going to be the most talented team that he's seen some good teams, some ranked teams. This will be the most talented defense that he's seen thus far. So, but your boy Kyle Trask ain't seen nothing like that. He's going to jump right into the fire, right? Ross Fryer says, Murph, what commentators give the best in-game analysis or none of them? Joel Klatt from Fox Sports. He's very good. Is that running back that Auburn got on NSD getting playing time? Yeah, let's don't watch no football. Maurice, he's referring to DJ Williams, and no, DJ Williams is not. They have a ton of running backs, Les. What's number 32? Malik. He be getting some playing time. He's old. Now I think about it, they got a lot of players on Auburn that's some upperclassmen. Lee Fanatic says Joe Klatt rides the Michigan bandwagon. Not sure if his analysis is the stuff, but if you were a Michigan fan, then he would be the stuff. So you can't go by something like that. That's just your homer opinion. His actual in-game analysis or whatever he's trying to teach you about the game, he's very good. People always worried about are they sliding my team? I don't like Michigan. Gus Johnson, most exciting announcer. Gus Johnson, most annoying announcer. No, I take that back. Gus is all right, but Monday Night Football guy, he's annoying. He's annoying when he did. I was glad he was going to college football. I was like, oh, he's leaving? Because he's annoying me on boxing, right? He's one of the worst boxing dudes, too. Oh, he's all right on boxing now I think about it. But he is absolutely terrible. No, McFarland's all right. I'm talking about the play-by-play guy. Yeah, Tessitore, Joe Tessitore. That guy is terrible. No, Gus Johnson knows nothing about football. He just has a voice. That's what he's a real play-by-play guy. Like you can put him on any sport. He ain't gonna know nothing about any of the sports, but he will still have a good voice and he'll be excited. So that's what he get him for. Yeah, Malik went to high school. Malik, what's his name? He said Harold Jordan can be a workhorse. I don't know about that. And they probably never gonna play him at no running back. He'll be like H-back or something until old dude retire. When old dude leaves. Joe Tessitore is tough. Joe Tessitore is annoying, bro. He doesn't know nothing. He thinks he knows stuff about football. Like, I don't need you trying to tell me what you think a certain play is. Like, leave that to the color commentator. He'll be like, oh, jet action. I'm like, dude, that's orbit motion. Like, shut the hell up and let this man do his color commentator job. Like, I hate when the play-by-play guys think they're football guys. Beth Mullins might be the worst comment. Come on, man. Y'all tripping. I can't let you do that there. Good. Mike Tessitore calls the Heisman Trophy one game. Yep, he's a prisoner of the moment. He will say whatever game he's working, that is the greatest team ever. Kirk Herbstreit doing that shit too. I hate that. The all-time worst, though, to me is Greg McElroy. Every game he works just so happens to have the greatest player in the country in that particular game. He's working, what is he, the C or D team for SEC Network? Does Auburn playing ATM and MSU, UF putting them in any disadvantage and freshness coming into the game? That's a pretty good question. I wouldn't think about the freshness. It's just about who's healthy and who's not. Hell, Florida's super unhealthy right about now. Not all their best players, but a good majority of their best players are even if they do come back, they're probably a little compromised. What, Maurice Gary Danielson? He's all right. Drew Wells says, what made you want to start live streaming? I'm confused by that. Are you asking me this because you don't I'm confused. Did you just mean live streaming itself, or are you just thinking of me as just a live streamer? Bengal Tigers back. Just wanted to say I've only been watching your channel for a week or so. Good Lord, you super new. Thank you for what you're doing and the way you review things. I don't know how things work here yet, but you got a fan. Thank you. Thank you, man. Stuff works out here like prison. I have to warn you. It's very much like prison in here. You pop off, say the wrong thing, probably getting got. But I appreciate it. But it is definitely prison up here, baby. Top billing. That's how we get down. Pause. Daniel D. Dang, Murph, I felt dumb as well. I thought you detect arm strength by throwing downfield. Can you break it down a little bit? No, you can't. That's not how you do. You can literally think about this. That's like saying that a guy's a hard puncher and every punch has to just be putting all into it. You know, somebody's a hard puncher. They don't even got to put a lot into it, and they're still punching hard and letting you off. If these guys that sit back and rear back and have to throw punches real hard, like they're probably not that hard of punchers. They're having to really get it out of themselves. But as far as arm strength goes, there are certain NFL throws, right, that if you cannot throw them, they will judge you off this. If you cannot throw out from the opposite hash, if you float that bad boy like Chad Pennington or Kellen Moore or something like that, those passes are going the other way. That's a pick six. You got to be able to have enough arm strength to drive that bad boy, because think about it. When you're throwing something down the field, you're literally putting air under it. You're throwing it in the air, right? Throwing it in the air. But what happens if you have to try to throw something and you can't put air on it, right? It needs to go right in the receiver's hand, and you're on the opposite hash, and they're coming out of a 7-yard out or whatever like that, and you have to put that bad boy right on the money. Or if you float it just a little bit, or you put too much air on there, it's going back the other way as a pick six. Same thing with a deep comeback route, right? Those are the ones you don't have enough arm strength. Corner's going to transition out of that bad boy, and he's going to pick that bad boy off too. Deep digs and stuff like that. These are all throws that you're not putting air under. Those are the throws that determine arm strength right there. Throwing the ball downfield, that's like a timing thing. I've known people with small arms. Got small arms, Cletus. People with small arms that can throw a good deep ball because they have good timing off of it. You wouldn't even say that somebody like Drew Brees has the strongest arm in America, right? For real. He throws a great deep ball. But you see him, right? You see him. He puts everything up to it. He puts his head way up and stuff like that because he knows he doesn't have the strongest arms. He's not going to put stuff on a rope, but he does have a strong enough arms to make all the throws. But what he have is impeccable timing and impeccable accuracy. So timing beats strength, or whatever. Speed beats strength, right? If you know when to throw it. So he has a great understanding of the concepts that he's running. But as far as just pure arm strength, there are guys that with way bigger arms than Drew Brees. So he's always a good one for people to watch of how to really get the job done with arm strength that you wouldn't consider like a Jamarcus Russell or somebody who has a real big arm, Ryan Leaf and these guys. But yeah, you got to make those NFL throws, and throwing the ball deep down the field. That's not arm strength. Rex Grossman, he had a cannon. I'm betting Deontay Wilder can throw the ball 150 yards. No, Deontay Wilder can knock you out with a jab, though, because he has punching power. He doesn't have to put everything into it. He'll hit you with something. I'm like, dang, that wasn't that hard. He out like a light. Somebody said why you time him out? Just get him out of here. The launch angle helps on deep balls. Everyone has the same launch angle on them out routes, though. Exactly. Antonio Hall, ESPN analysts only predict the matchup. Dang, where'd it go? It's like it disappeared. I can't even find it. Oh, ESPN analysts only predict the matchup based off QB versus QB. Exactly. You sure they on the field? Exactly. That's why I had to look at the line of scrimmage. People love QBs, man. So you got to get the people what they want. You think I want to do all this QB content on this channel? I would love. Y'all saw when I first came out, I was doing offensive line content and defense and stuff like that. Stuff makes no money. So I can't just be here not making any money. It's not a hobby for me. So you got to get the people what they want. People love QBs. UGA don't have an elite pass rush, but that secondary is legit. Number 20 is a man. Yeah, number 20, J.R. Reed. QB is an overrated position. Not really, but it is. I wouldn't say it's an overrated, but it's a very important position. But some people think that you can just have a great QB and a sorry ass team, and that you'll you know what I'm saying, that you can still win. It don't work that way. But on conversely, you can have a loaded ass team, whatever like that, and kind of an average quarterback and win the national championship. Francis Ngannou can probably throw the ball out of the stadium. All right, man. I think Doug Buchanan has hit his Doug. Come on, Doug. You gotta lay out that coconut milk, bro. Erotic coconut milk. JT Money says David Pollock is pretty fair. I thought we were just talking about like in-game people. They have David Pollock doing telecasts again? Yeah, ask LSU and Matt Flynn. Exactly. A guy like Matt Flynn, because his team was loaded. Even though they did have a couple of losses that year, though. I don't think Trash is better than Franks. I just think our offense is better. Man, we don't know until they actually play somebody. I'll tell you this, that man threw 2 interceptions in the Tennessee game, and nobody really didn't want to say anything about that. If Franks would have did that, they would have been killing them. Uh-oh. We got a somebody said a magic word. Pay attention to that person. All Alabama wins before TAU. All Alabama wins before. Oh, Tua? You mean Tua? Tau Tungavailoa. Must be his alter ego. Unless you can have a Cam Newton in college. Man, I know people thinking that Cam Newton won that entire, but if you go back and look at that team was loaded. Think about the defensive talent was on that Auburn team. Even some of the offensive line talent and some of the running backs, they had like what 3-4 running backs on that Cam Newton team. But Cam did do a lot though. All you FQBs seem to be injury prone anyways. Uh-oh, what's Chris Howard doing? Alabama in 2011, loaded team, average QB. Yeah. Hey, you think about most of these teams, right? Jake Coker. Well, how good was Jake Coker? Might be a silly question, but what is winning the games right now? Is it really recruiting or coaching? Man, I would say they're probably recruiting. I think recruiting is probably winning the games because I think recruiting up to a certain point, then that's when the coaching takes over, right? Like I still think that Coach Saban would be very good even with teams that weren't as loaded. He's just a good coach. But some of these guys, I'll be like, damn, they're not winning with that talent. That's crazy to me. Josh Howard says Hornibrook or James Blackman. I don't know, man. Hornibrook got to play somebody, man. You made James Blackman play against good teams like Boise State, and then let this man play against NC State, and now people want him to take James Blackman's job. Tell me this: is Hornibrook have 2 years to play, or is he just going to be a one and done? If you want one and done, dang. Message to the wise out here. Don't mention nobody else's site or we blocking you. Nobody's channel or nothing like that, for real. Shivers leads Auburn running back yards per contact 5.3, but he's only had 27. This Eric Moss dude must actually be Sean Shivers for real. We was off that 10 minutes ago. He back on Sean Shivers. T Money says, you watch the film, he slides in the pocket pretty good. In Frank's dreams, he had the type of accuracy and ball placement. Man, you're really judging Kyle Trask off of Kentucky and whoever that little team that they played. Come on, man, you gotta relax. We gotta relax. Tennessee, he played Tennessee. He threw two picks against Tennessee. Come on, man. What are we doing here? We're gonna let Kyle Trask get a few. Kyle Trask gonna get a chance to play against. Think about all the teams that Felipe Franks we've seen play against. He's played against some pretty good teams, right? Kyle Trask ain't played nobody with a winning record. The game is more fierce. You got all these private coaches now. Keep on Chapman says Trask is in. Trash. What are you calling Trash? Trask. Okay. Trask is in for a rude awakening. He could play good, but I'm saying we got to let it play out. We don't know how good Kyle Trask is really. This is gonna be a big step up in competition. It's like when you play, if you're a boxer and they got you in the contending status, and then they put you up against a champion. Sometimes that makes people look really bad. Oh, there you go. Auburn had Michael Dyer, Mario Fannin, Ontario McCaleb, Nick Farley, Josh Bonds. Yeah, they had some dudes, bro. They had a guy who's kind of a hybrid linebacker safety. What was his name? He's still playing in the NFL. I saw him. He's like a special teams demon. He talked a lot, too. I forget what his name was. Yeah, Nick Fairley was the truth. Nick Fairley was like a defensive Cam Newton. He says he's a running back guy. If you're a running back guy, why don't you talk about somebody else besides Sean Shivers? Damon Washington was that player. Nah, I don't remember Damon Washington. What was this guy? He probably was more like a safety. I think Oregon's pretty good, man. Pretty good. First of Darren Bates. There you go. Yeah, Darren Bates. Yeah, that was pretty good. You pulled that up out of there, Maurice. Oregon. Yeah, Oregon, man. You got to go by talent as well, man. Some of these guys, if you can't see good talent or like talent, you don't know what it's like. You could say that the Oregon has a ton of NFL talent on it at the very least. You know, it's pretty good. It's coached pretty well. Oregon's a pretty good team, man. Has Oregon lost again? All right, Eric Mossman, we have to put you in timeout, bro. You're doing too much. Only losses to Auburn. Okay. Franks doesn't have it between the ears. Come on, man. Y'all killing me. Y'all do realize that Franks went for 24 touchdowns and 6 interceptions in the last year's in an entire season, right? An entire season, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He don't have it between the ears and all that. Come on, man. You guys are crazy. I think people get turned off by certain people's stuff that doesn't have to do with football, right? People, I was watching people do the same exact stuff that Felipe Franks does, and I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna say anything about this because it's not a problem to me. I'm good with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. A lot of people, they see somebody shining and they think they're talking or cocky or something like that, and it says something about themselves, so they can't take it. Zach Bolton doing it again. I told y'all to watch Zach Bolton. He came in here very trollish, talking about Jake Fromm only playing good against ITT Tech and stuff. Florida State needs to fire their head coach. Florida State needs to fire its head coach. And yeah, he's on a 2-game winning streak, though, isn't he? Driscoll was the worst QB in SEC history. I don't know about that. Driscoll was worse than like Treon Harris. John Brantley, Joe Cox. There you go. Throw out some of your worst QBs in SEC history, or just your team. Period. Don't have to just be SEC. Which QB that you was like, dang, I can't wait for this dude to leave. Dang, they don't name all kind of Florida QBs. Del Rio. Joe Cox was way worse than Driscoll. Says keep on chopping. Exactly. Everybody always thinks that their QB. Jeremy Johnson, that boy was, oh God, he was bad. And when I jumped out the floor, I jumped off the roof for him. I ain't gonna lie. I was on Saturday down south. Don't Google it. Don't Google Murphy Jeremy Johnson. I thought he was about to be the man. He made me look bad. Jordan Jefferson. I don't think Jordan Jefferson wasn't that bad. No, that's just me though. Greg McElroy. I resent that. I'm Greg McElroy. Texas A&M has the greatest safety duo of all time. Right, Steve? Jarrett Lee and Anthony Jennings. Dang. Anthony Jennings. Joe Tereshinski the third. Oh, why y'all do that? Grayson Lambert. Come on, man. Why you do that to Grayson Lambert? He wasn't that bad. Not to be the all-time. Grayson Lambert was better than Joe Cox and these boys. You crazy. I think is the fact that that team was imploding. Then they win 10 games with Grayson Lambert, though. Sean McGuire, FSU. Yeah, Sean McGuire's a little suspect. He had that fill-in moment for Jameis, though, and everybody was feeling him. What was that? Was it the Clemson game? Drew Rutherford. Oh, that's Drew Rutherford and Xavier Lee. You can put them boys as a duo. Blake Barnett on which team? Which team? Blake Barnett done ruined like 3 teams. Clemson. Yep, that's what it was, Josh. They beat Clemson with Sean McGuire. And people keep talking about like Clemson been lit for all this time. They were struggling at one particular point in time. Treon was skipping rocks every play. Treon was bad, man. So I was trying to tell you, how was Jeff Driscoll worse than Treon Harris? No, I can't let you say Steven Garcia. That's my boy. I'm going to call Steven Garcia right now. I'm gonna tell him that y'all talking trash. Let me get Steven Garcia on the phone. So y'all say he was the worst quarterback. Steven Garcia was worse than that funny-looking Blake dude. What was his name? Blake Mitchell? Oh, man. Kyle Frazier. Oh, God. Mike Bobo? That's before my time. I can't tell you. Austin Appleby, dang, that's hard. Yeah, Treon was horrible. There's no way in hell you can convince me that Treon Harris was better than Jeff Driscoll. Steven Garcia. Oh, damn, what happened to Steven Garcia? Steven was old. Steven wasn't that old, man. He just had a beard. Sean White was pretty bad. Yeah, he did tear Alabama up for sure. Aaron Murray, come on, man. So slap yourself. Skylar Morningweg. Wow, these guys, come on, man. I feel bad for Florida. Florida only had some lean years. Jared Lee, the pick six king. Chris Todd. That's hard. All the good QBs we couldn't keep, like Cam Newton and Will Greer. Dang, that is hard that you had Cam Newton and Will Greer in your program at one particular point in time. Driscoll at UF has been forgettable as 20 touchdowns and 20 interceptions, 31. He went for almost 3,200 yards and a 60% completion percentage. What did Treon Harris do? Sean White was just fragile. Sean White was fragile, and he loved to run. He was leaping over people and stuff. Muschamp ruined Driscoll. Dang, that's hard. Cody Burns resents that. Cody Burns, he definitely resents that. Brandon Harris. Everybody was on Brandon Harris, though. Oh, Brandon Harris needs to start. Brandon Harris started. Everybody was like, oh, God, Brandon Harris sucks. OJ Francis, I've been live for a little minute. Where you been, bro? This is your first rodeo here? This is what we do here. And this is light work. I was touching them fours last time. Muschamp ruined everyone. Jacoby didn't suck. Jacoby who? Oh, who? I'm confused. Jacoby Harris. Who's that? From Virginia Tech? Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings? The Tennessee guy? Oh. I think we may have one you gotta watch here. Yeah, Jacory from Miami. Yeah. He wasn't that bad. He played in that who would he play for? Mark Applewhite at Miami or something. He played for in a real West Coast, like a real NFL West Coast guy. They came and got your boy from Temple came and got him. Jacoby Brissett, yeah, Jacoby Brissett was real good. He's real good now. Uh-oh. Somebody got him. Dang, Marcus Vick. That's hard. Malik Rozier, or I forget what he was Rozier, but both them dudes was not that good. Yeah, I love Jacoby Brissett, man. All right, y'all, I got to bounce in about 5 minutes, so let's get it in. Give me some more QBs. Bo Wallace. Man, Bo Wallace had some wins, though. I can't let you do Jesse Palmer like that. That was my dude. Taj Boyd. What? He might need to be blocked. Taj Boyd was very good. Taj Boyd is probably the reason why Clemson is good now. Chris Sims. That's hard. Nick Starkel. How you a Tiger fan naming somebody else's QB? Where's the oh dang y'all got him up out of there. Dang, that's bad. Man, I like Tyler Bray though. I almost jumped out the window for Tyler Bray. He had that team that was fun as hell to watch too, with Cordero Patterson and Justin Hunter. Ingle Martin from Florida transferred from what was it, Citadel or something like that? Ingle Martin was dang. Yeah, whoever said Boyd is crazy, and they blocked him too. Taj Boyd, really? How the hell was he bad? Todd Beckman from Ohio State. Ingle Martin played 3 games at UF. Dang, that's hard. Thursday, bro. Come back Thursday show if you want predictions. Treon Harris might really be the worst SEC QB ever. He's close. Jonathan Wallace. Brandon Harris. John Franklin. On which team? Franklin been on 10 teams. He's the only dude I know he was eligible everywhere he went to. Yeah, somebody said Jeremy Johnson. That hurts the heart. I can't lie. Yeah, he wasn't good at even at East Mississippi. He was struggling. Your boy, Anthony Jennings. Come on, Reese. You got to name your own QBs, man. Kyle Wright and Kirby Freeman. That's bad. What about my man that went to Miami from the University of Florida? Or was it vice versa? I forget which one. Beckman was way better than Baldwin. Brock Berlin. Yeah, Brock Berlin. Dang. That was bad. Matty Mock? What? I'm confused. Didn't he win the national championship? Help win the national championship? That QB from Mizzou in 2015 was trash. He could run, though. Dang, 2015, why am I drawing a blank? Oh, dang, I jumped out the window for him, too. He was a big-time recruit from Missouri. What was his name? Dang, I jumped out the window. I liked him a lot. Y'all don't remember the QB from Missouri like 2015? Zach Mettenberger he was good. Y'all just naming people now. How was Zach Mettenberger one of the worst SEC QBs? Everybody got Florida to the SEC championship game. Florida was just built to win. James Franklin. No, it wasn't James. It was the guy right after James Franklin at Missouri. No, right after Franklin at Missouri. Drew something. Drew? I don't remember being Drew. At Missouri? Matty Mock? Oh, that was his name, Matty Mock. Yeah, I think that might be Drew Lock. Nah, Drew Lock was very good. So it must have been Matty Mock. What's the kid name from Texas A&M that transferred to TCU? Kenny Hill. Kenny Hill was that bad? I thought Kenny Hill was decent. He wasn't like he was the worst. Yeah, when you get that name Kenny Trill, that's bad. Eric Moss is back. Nobody has scored a TD on Oregon since the prodigy. Mark Anthony Richards has been hurt since spring. What's this dude in these running backs? DJ Williams is a legit freshman running back who will get touches for Auburn Saturday. Can't believe I got muted. Wish you the best. What you talking about, man? They probably tired of you talking about these running backs too much, man. You got the other part of the team you want to talk about? I like all them running backs, though. I do like Anthony Richards and all them, but I don't know. What about the guys on the team? What about Cam Martin and all those guys? Why are you worried about the guys coming up? I want to hear something about Cam Martin and was it Malik Miller? Kyle Frazier. Yeah, they say Kyle Frazier. Jacob Coker. There's no way you could say that Jacob Coker was the worst QB in the SEC now. Joe Cox. Sugar Shane Morris. Come on, man. Y'all can get out Shane. That was my boy. I ain't gonna lie. I jumped out the window for Shane Morris, too. And my mom was like, I don't know about that, baby. I don't think he's that good. I was like, you crazy, Mom. Shane Morris is playing in this NFL. I was diagramming plays for her and stuff like that. She was like, he's not that good. He went to the NFL. He didn't get drafted first and foremost. Then he went to the Colts. And now he's somewhere selling insurance. Mom's got me on that one. Dude, Eric Moss, this is what you got to stop doing. Stop doing that emoji, bro. You've done that like 5 times. Yep, Malik Miller still on Auburn. Yeah, Malik Zaire, that was tough on your boy. Every Notre Dame QB has transferred somewhere and they flopped. What was the first guy that transferred? Where did he go? He went to Florida State, wasn't it? It was my man. He went to the title game. That's that Splendor emoji. It is. I hate that emoji, man. I don't know. Jefferson was rubbish. Yeah, what was his name? Not Malik, the guy before Malik Zaire at Notre Dame. Danny Etling wasn't too great, man. You sleeping on Danny Etling. I like Etling. He was a gamer. UF better roster by far. You come to the wrong channel, bro. We don't do that Homer stuff. I was at by far. That doesn't make sense. Can't think of it. Yeah, there you go. Everett Golson. There you go. Good shot, Jacob. I like that. You know what I'm saying? We better use our brains, baby. Come up with some of these names. All right, Master MJ, appreciate you, bro. This exotic OJ is getting to me. I don't think you were on that erotic coconut milk tonight, though, bro. You went past exotic OJ. Golson played for UF. Nah, he played for Florida State. Deshaun Kaiser was the one that got beat out. No, Deshaun didn't get beat out. Deshaun left early. He beat out Malik Zaire. Malik Zaire was like, man, I'm gone. Remember they were splitting them the year before. They were splitting time, and Malik Zaire ended up getting hurt. And then your boy ended up being very good. He had a pretty good season, Deshaun Kaiser did. I thought he was going to be better than he was. He's probably bouncing around the NFL right now. DeAndre Francois. See, that's the thing. Before DeAndre Francois got hurt, everybody was saying that he was good. He has a real strong arm. Like, he makes all those NFL type throws. I ain't talking about going down the field. DeAndre Francois has a strong arm. Accuracy is a little, but I think it's just his decision making off field that really cost him. Well, see, Maurice, why you keep naming other people's quarterbacks, man? Bo Wallace, there's no way Bo Wallace was the worst QB in the history of the SEC. Bo Wallace was up there smacking around some people. Cole Kelly from Arkansas. Don't you name your own people Louisiana Banks? Why you keep throwing other people's quarterbacks under the bus? Cole Kelly. I love Matt Jones at Arkansas too. That was my guy, Eric Moss. No, that was my dude. And when I was covering Arkansas Saturday Down South, I got kind of popular over there. So I got to talk to Matt Jones. That was my dude. That dude was running a legit 4-3, not this 4-1 stuff y'all keep talking dudes are running. Treon Harris was the worst. Yeah, I think he may be the consensus. Bo was good one day. Yeah, remember they said, I hated that term. I hate when somebody says a term that everybody starts repeating it. Like the good Bo, bad Bo. Jevin Sneed? Wait, hold on. Man, did I miss something? Are you being facetious? Jevin Sneed from Ole Miss? What happened to him? I'm keeping it real, Murph. That's all. No, you throwing other people's stuff on him. He's dead. Dang, you couldn't have said it better than that. Like he passed away or something. What do you mean come on. Man, God bless the dead, but good Lord. OD, dang, Jevin Sneed from Ole Miss that transferred from who was Sneed from originally? Was he from Florida? No, he wasn't from Florida. Who got that transferred? Where was Jevin Sneed from? I know he's originally from like Texas, isn't he? Ole Miss. I said he's from Ole Miss. I'm saying, where did he transfer from? Oh, he was originally at Texas. All right, there you go. Come on, bro. Y'all remember when Arkansas had the biggest O-line in football? Man, that O-line was the truth, man. With Denver Kirkland and John Skipper and them boys. I covered that team. Tell you all about that team. And they had my boy and two of my boys, right? Offensive coordinator Jim Chaney and offensive line coach Sam Pittman. Was on the news a few days ago. Man, I didn't know that about Jevin Sneed. The boy in Michigan right now trash all those weapons. Are you talking about Shea Patterson? Dan Skipper was like a legit 6'10", 6'10". He may have been more like 6'9", but he was the tall ass. I think they had him listed at 6'10". I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Dan Skipper, that's what did I call him before? Dan Skipper. I don't think Treon Harris is worse than John Brantley. Dang, Brantley was bad. Could Auburn go underrated? What does that mean? Yeah, they pumped that Arkansas offensive line up. So what they did with that offensive line ended up not being that good too, right? So they were talking about just the size of it, and it got around some good teams. Then it started to struggle, especially the very next season. But what that did though, it put Sam Pittman on the map. So people remembered that. It's like, that's that guy from remember that Arkansas line everybody talk about? So he got a nice, good little some hype off that. Les, I know you ain't saying Ryan Mallett was bad. You crazy. That's my dude. Ryan Mallett was good. The team that Ryan Mallett had was the first team I remember. Like everybody's trying to play ball like that Arkansas team now. They was throwing that ball around the yard like you wouldn't believe. They had like 4 NFL receivers. Oh no, he's good. Yeah, there you go. And they had that damn freak ass running back. The dude was like, he was like a Darren McFadden. He ended up not being that good, but he ran like a 4.3. He's like 230. Oh, he's talking to Reggie Dixon. Seattle traded him to Pittsburgh. Dang, that's hard. Yeah, Ryan Mallett was a beast. McFadden was a beast. I'm talking about the guy that played with the running back for Ryan Mallett's team when he was at Arkansas. Yeah, had Kobe Hamilton at receiver spot. Nile Davis, yes, Nile Davis was a freak. He may be one of the biggest combine freaks ever. He was fast and powerful. John Reese Plumlee. Shout out to John Reese Plumlee, man. He got played by Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They forced him out the class. Stopped talking to him. Ends up at Ole Miss, gets a chance to start against Alabama, and he exposes Alabama a little bit too. So Alabama's run defense this year. Anybody saying anything about that? Nobody wants to say anything about that. They've been giving up 100-yard rushers like it ain't nothing. They used to never give up a 100-yard rusher. Man, was I from Mississippi? Dude, did you literally just fall off into a live stream? It's like somebody's live streaming. Let me click on it. Pretty sure 99% of these people here probably should know where I'm from. What you mean? You for real, Rogue Assassin? You ever heard of this channel before you clicked on the live stream? I'm asking a legitimate question. I just want to know. I always like to know how people get here. Michael McCray said it's suspect as hell this year. It's super suspect. Nobody's saying nothing about that. I think if you're a balanced team, I know of a. Hey, why you time them out, dude? I'm trying to ask this motherfucker a question. Come on, fam. Dang, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, if you're a good balanced team this year, man, you can pass and run the ball. Man, they're gonna have a tough time stopping you because they probably can't dedicate extra bodies to the run because even the passing defense looks a little suspect. The pass rush isn't there for Alabama either. They had 1 sack against who did they play last? 1 sack. Bama gave up 250 yards rushing to Ole Miss. Crazy. A lot of these teams, man, that made themselves a little soft, man. Who's the other Brown that was paired with Ronnie Brown? That would be one of the greatest of all times. Cadillac Williams, baby. Cadillac. Yes, I watch your vids all the time. I'm a subscriber. You don't know where I'm from? How you watch my vids? You don't know where I'm from? There's no way you watch my videos and know where I'm from. Even though videos ain't got nothing to do with where I'm from, I say that I like a certain, or I know a certain kid, or I like a certain kid. He's representing my state and stuff like this. Come on, man. That means you're not watching. You skimming. Xavier McKinney's the only guy look like he can tackle. That's true. Cadillac Harris. Who's that? I don't know who that is. I do know who Cadillac Williams is, though. SCQB threw 300 yards on Bama. Then people want to say this. He turned around the very next week and threw like 80 yards against the next team and threw like 5 picks. Who did South Carolina play the week after Alabama? It didn't go that well for them. They did much better against Alabama. Bo Nix reminds me of Todd Detmer. Now you taking it back. Devin Duvernay still running people over. He's going to be hard to tackle. I like Kenny Irons, man. I really did. Kenny Irons came off the bus on ESPN. I'm about to get 200 yards. I'm going to get 200 yards. It was against Georgia. I remember that. He got 200 yards. Better running back, Ronnie Brown or Kenny Irons. You crazy. It's not even close. It's Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown's a legend. Carry on a Trey Mason. Dang. Dang, that's hard. Kerryon seemed like he didn't play with as much talent, and he seems like he was the driving bus behind the success. Trey played with a lot of talent. That may be a push, man. That may be a push. I love Trey Mason. That was a dude. Kerryon Johnson seemed like he seemed like he would put the team on his entire back, though. That's a tough one. That's a really good question. You probably get split opinions on that one. To me, Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams had the best running back duo in SEC history. Definitely one of them. I like Felix Jones and Darren McFadden. Nick Chubb and Sony Michel is pretty good. No, Kenny Iron said the LSU and AU blew the game. That was against LSU. He got 200. I thought it was against Georgia. He's like, I'm gonna get 250 yards. I'm gonna get 200. Go look it up. See how much he got against Georgia. Jones and McFadden were tough. Yep, Geis and Fournette I liked. Riggs and Cribbs. What the hell was that? Okay. How much you get in Georgia? He put it on Georgia. You sure? We're gonna have to verify that. Somebody call up Kenny Irons and said, what game did he call his shot in? Are you saying Geis or Fournette, or are you just putting them on the duos? Cadillac or Fred Taylor? And this has gone a lot differently than I was expecting it to go. Cadillac or Fred Taylor? Y'all tripping. Gurley and Keith Marshall, freshman season, one of the hardest ever. That was definitely pretty good. Why couldn't Nutt find a QB that could throw the fade to Matt Jones? Matt Jones. Confused. He played QB exclusively at Arkansas, right? You think Scott Frost can rebuild successfully at Nebraska? Ain't looking good. Man, fielding a terrible team over there. It looks like it's hard to recruit over there for him. Bama will RPO slant you to death. It's still doing that. Still doing that. And people still playing off. We played 15. Every time I turn on, this is the real, if I turn on the game, right, in the very first play, Alabama's on offense, I know where it's going to do in the first game. And you 15 yards off the field like you've never seen Alabama play, I turn it to the next game. I can't watch somebody just do some shit that you know that Alabama's going to do, and you're just going to let them do it, right? They're going to RPO slant on the first play of the game to Jerry Jeudy or whomever's in the slot. We know that. At the very least, I would be like, you're going to do anything else to open this game but that. Nope. They just let them do it. Stephen Davis put in work but never got spot like Caddy and Brown. Stephen Davis was that dude. At the time, didn't they have your boy Brandon Jacobs too? Noshawn and Thomas Brown. That was a hard duo. I think Noshawn still might be my favorite running back at Georgia. Give them 15-yard cushion. Yep. If you still playing off-man coverage against Alabama, you might as well fire yourself on the spot. As soon as you do it, I'll be like, report to the athletic director. The very next play is like, I'm fired. They moved Matt Jones to receiver when? He moved to receiver when he got to the NFL. That was the thing. They wouldn't let him work out of no other thing but the receiver. Matt Jones played quarterback at Arkansas. They switched him at the combine. I watch your videos every time they pop up into my recommend. Well, then you should know where I'm from, bro. I don't understand. How cool would it be to see Alabama and OU in a bowl game this year? That would be pretty cool. We just saw Alabama and OU in a bowl game, though. Even though it has a new kind of thing to it, I kind of want to see something different. Musa Smith. NFL first-round pick after 1 week. Talking about Matt Jones. I think at the Senior Bowl they tried him out at receiver, Matt Jones. That was his first time getting that. And he was a natural. I remember them going wild about him at the Senior Bowl when he switched to receiver. My man cuss. You can't cuss, bro. They won't let you cuss. But he said it's becoming like women's college basketball, same team year after year. It would be. Now they got these new Ohio State, Georgia, that's different. But Oklahoma, Alabama, Alabama, Clemson. Matt Jones is 6'6", bro. Grenard, a first-round pick. He has the makings of a first-round pick for sure, but you're literally 4 games into this man's career he has some stuff he did at Louisville, but on this level where he's getting this recognition and they haven't played anybody. So we'll see what he's about when they play somebody. P-Ron or who? Telling people about these weird nicknames, bro. These nicknames be goofy to me. I can't call nobody that. So P-Ron or Jatarvius Whitlow? Whitlow for sure. Everybody's so high on Mullen, but as a head coach, he did no more than Malzahn. Malzahn's at Auburn. One dude's at Auburn, one dude's at Mississippi State. Auburn won a title before. Come on, man. Auburn's much more set up to win a title than Mississippi State. I would say the golden age of college football was 1990 to 2006. Lots of teams winning and lots of good programs. That's hard. I like that. Bama and UGA and Ohio State will be like a written script. Yeah, Bama, OU, and UGA, Ohio State. That's what everybody wants to see. All right, Maurice, I appreciate that, bro. You're waiting for your predictions on Thursday. I might give them to you a little early, bro, since you're a member of a Georgia pay site as an Auburn fan. That's hard. All right, stay up, Maurice. I never knew who played with Brent Fullwood. I mean, who played with Bo Jackson. He before my time. But Bo is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Love that cartoon that with Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and Michael Jordan. Y'all remember that? Do you think UF secondary is as good as it was hyped up to be? No. Not thus far. But the talent is there. So this is the time to make a break. Now you can change everybody's opinion. You do good against Auburn. Lock that down right there. There's some really good receivers on Auburn. And you can make your name. But I think the safety position is a little suspect because of the tackling. And then your boy Marco Wilson hadn't been doing that well, right? He got it together a little bit against Tennessee, but I think Tennessee makes everybody look a little bit better. So we'll see. Now's the time. Malzahn's a pretty dang good coach. Malzahn is the man. Tate Shaw, what's up, man? All right, Southern Buck, my man. Thanks for the early stream so I could catch it live. Yeah, I might try this again, man. There's a lot more, obviously there's a lot more goofballs when you're doing it a little earlier, so that's a little nerve-wracking. Clemson goes 12-0, they will be in. Who in the hell would not put Clemson in? They're the defending national champs. An undefeated Clemson not getting in? That would be crazy. Quentin Saunders says, who you rooting for? I don't root for nobody, man. You just tune in the top billing. I ain't rooting for 0 people. I'm rooting for me to do good analysis. I have no dog in the fight, not one. How about an uncharacteristic offense for Auburn Saturday? Bo Nix throws for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Man, if he does that against UF, a legend will be born. 504 touchdowns against the Florida defense? That's crazy. Hendo has been out too. Could be a good, though, giving the freshman some experience. Oh, Elam. I like Elam and I like Chester Kimbrough. Antonio Hall on that erotic coconut milk. James W. said, new subscriber, but do you have a team? You're definitely a new subscriber, bro. No, I do not have a team. Why you always worried about people having teams? Like, what would you gain from me having a team? That's what I always wanted to know. You turn in to see me, right, do analysis, right? So if I was piping a team, pause, wouldn't you be like, I can't trust this guy's analysis? He's a fan. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never listen to any of these cats up in the media, a whole bunch of homers and stuff trying to tell you what's real and what's not. Nobody like Murf out there. I have 0 team. My team is good analysis. That's what my team is. What do you think about Trevor Lawrence's struggles? I thought that he it's funny that you said he struggled. I thought he was pretty decent in this last game against North Carolina. I thought other facets of the team let them down. He didn't turn the ball over this time. Completion percentage, what was his completion? Probably looked like it was about what he's in, like it was in about 60% of his passes. Yeah, exactly. The O-line and the running back play. Ross Fryer is going to mention running back play. He didn't want to say Travis Etienne name, but Ross Fryer was up there he wanted to come send some goons after your boy Murf for the Travis Etienne versus DeAndre Swift Philly Flyer content. Now he's saying that running back. Say that man name, Ross. Say his name. Like Muhammad Ali said, say his name. Give it time for Whitlow. Carry-on didn't break out until camp. Damn, I thought Whitlow already did pretty good. Oh, you called D Swift? All right, Ross. I'm just checking you. I'll get the receipts though, man. I'm gonna look for the receipts. I apologize until I get those receipts, Ross. Can Dan Mullen put together a game plan with the struggling? Somebody already asked that before earlier, man. I'm sorry, bro. You have to go back and watch the replay. I think only way UF wins is if it's low scoring. So if it's a shootout, you don't think UF has more firepower? Whitlow is just a sophomore. KJ, that's what I try to tell people. Your boy, the Prodigy's playing with a whole bunch of young players himself. That's kind of tough. Wish I could slap that dude that was in there talking about the Prodigy like that. I was like, really, bro? This man's in his 4th game. You're worrying about somebody in their first 4. In his first 4 games had 2 pretty good levels of competition. All these guys get their first 4 games. They ain't playing against nobody. Look at Justin Fields' his first 4 games. You tripping asking about that. I don't even know why I clicked on that. UF has receivers galore. They are loaded and dangerous. Yeah, for sure. If it was in Jordan Hare, I could see it being a blowout. You're being a prisoner of the moment, bro. Being a prisoner of the moment. I like what they get against Mississippi State too, but Mississippi State is not a good team. I don't think you should go out, jump out the window over Mississippi State. And the other games were very close, right? They were in a close battle with Texas A&M, and Texas A&M, not that good of a team. What's my take on Trask? Really? Wow. Halo King, bro. You playing Halo all this time. You don't actually get on the channel. You just popped on the live stream. Answer the question, Halo King. This your first time on Top Billin? I like Seth Williams. Very good. Very good. He's got that dog in him. I have a choice to see. Halo. People still play that. This ain't 2002. He's the king of it, too. Nah, didn't watch Trash Breakdown. So you didn't watch the Trash Breakdown. So I spent fucking 2-3 hours, right, doing a breakdown, and you can't just watch it. You just gonna ask me? Come on, man. Coach didn't have the semi-coats. So semi-coats, his hands were on backwards. Mike, thanks for the super chat, bro. Kevin Lee said, didn't watch it. Kevin Lee up there talking trash to that man. Exactly. You know, I got a Kyle Trash breakdown. Watch it. Or you can come in and ask me, what do I think of him? And I spent time giving you free video content where you can know exactly what I think about the man. Spencer Nye and J.J. Wilson are H-backs to replace Cox this year. Yeah. I like the dude, number 99. Got a weird-ass jersey number, but I don't know. Guess it'll make you remember this team. Do you have any thoughts about Texas A&M rivalry coming back situation? No. Hope they play. That'll be cool. My question required a simple answer. No taking shots at Mullen. Who the hell is this dude? What are you talking about? What are you talking about before I go ahead and how long has Mullen been a head coach? Oh, people roasting you. It's real in the field up here, man. It's Top Billin, baby. You can't come in here asking them questions. You can just Google something like that, bro. You couldn't possibly have watched this live stream before and then think people were gonna jump down your throat asking that. Sammy Coates had Hayward Bay hands. Damn, Hayward Bay, man. You talk about a guy with some wheels. Tony Hawk says, "What more can I say?" Hayward Bay, dang, that's hard. Sammy Coates had Hayward Bay wheels too. That boy could run. I knew he was gonna have a tough time in the NFL. Is he still in the NFL? He was the king of getting open on them posts, on them posts. Dang, Ted Ginn Jr., you don't think? Yeah, I'll give it to you. Ted Ginn Jr. hands do be a little suspect. He burned out quickly. Yeah, he ain't burned out quickly. His hands was terrible. He went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, was dropping passes, and they had all them receivers there at that time. Kind of like Jacoby Ford at Clemson. Dang, that's hard. I love Jacoby Ford. That was my guy. That entire Clemson team. Duke Williams could have been one of the coldest wide receivers. Duke Williams was a monster. Dang, he was good, man. Duke, and then his little brother, from another, Kyle Davis. Two of the coldest dudes you'll ever see. Two of the biggest busts ever. And Kyle Davis the first cat I know that kind of skip college and go straight to the CFL. Kyle Davis was cold. Gwinnett representer. Hope to see more DJ Williams against the first team defense. Dang, what did DJ do? He got in the game at the end of the game and balled out. Not gonna lie, she got a little crazy towards the end. I had to kind of like, all right, gotta watch something else. Oh yeah, it was time for boxing. His mama call him the Kill. I'm gonna call him the Kill. I never knew what his name was. I like Duke. I call a man Duke. I ain't calling another man Booby and Pookie and Buki and all this. Does Tennessee have a snowball chance in hell to beat UGA? The fact that you asking that, you know they don't have a chance. Everybody has a chance, man, but you beat UGA, I'll be honest with you. I think, you know what I'm saying, you got to fire somebody off that. Somebody got to go. You know they're going to try to do your boy Jim Chaney in a little bit. Let's just get this photography dude about it, man. He already had the little Splendor answer and was like, what'd he say? I ain't got to do what you, something weird. I ain't got to do what you tell me to do. This little Splendor ass about it. The Appalachian State beat Michigan one time. Yeah, Tennessee has a chance. Not a very big, yeah, that's what I said. Everybody has a chance, baby. That Michigan team ended up not being very good, right? Oh, talking about his cousin. My cousin, what did he say? What did he say about his cousin? What did he say? My cousin can beat you up. Tennessee needs to take time and do their research before God dang. Well, they got to be firing Jeremy Pruitt. They can't fire Pruitt, man. Leave my boy alone. Give him some time, man. He inherited a terrible team. Choir director. Choir director. He was your man, Bishop Long. He was hanging with Bishop Long out there, Les. Dang, somebody. Dang. I'm confused by that. I'm going to have to talk to Reggie Duval. What my man do? Good Lord. Oh, okay. You messed him up. Don't trash talk the Maz. Yeah, don't you be dumb talking to the Maz. They control your fate, bro. Why would you trash talk somebody who can control your fate? Santee says R.I.P. Bishop Long. R.I.P. and some dude messing with some little boys. You crazy. All right, Murph, got to get something to eat. Check out. Let's go. Man said, I smashed the like button. We don't do that here, bro. Everybody else can say that. We don't smash like buttons here. Come on, man. Y'all got to chill out with that. If y'all want to hit the like button, cool. But we don't do everybody got to say the same thing. Smash the like button. I appreciate it, though. Thank you for being here. Damn, you timed him out, Santee. He smashed the like button for your boy. Damn, that's hard. Everybody right here, just in favor of that man right there. Santee, sorry, Sari store. Everybody smash the like button for that man. You know what I'm saying? he got hidden by Santee for no. Santee's dog was kicked again today. No, that wasn't even Santee that day. That was Jay Duval. Jay Duval's dog was kicked that one day. Everybody hit the like button for my man right there for his 300 seconds of timeout. I'm in Compton, loving the content. Compton. Appreciate it, bro. This live stream been up 4 hours. I done popped in and out about 4 times. I know, right? We right up on 3 hours and 30 minutes. You just knew though, baby. This is what we do. And I came early to do this. You just got here, bro. You gotta come in and ask some questions correctly, baby. We don't do picks until Thursday. Then we all pick. Speaking of, how did we all do on our picks? Y'all didn't want to do no picks last. Everybody said the games was trash. Dang, Kaylee, you got him out of there for that? He said he was sorry. Mazda these days, baby. Everybody smash the like button. Where's my man at? How many seconds he got left? Pour out a little smash the like button for my man. He caught a bad one from Santee. Santee timed him out. Hope you get to 1 million subs. Thank you, man. 1 million subs. I hope I get to $1 million. I could care less about a bunch of subs. That don't mean nothing. I want $1 million though. I heard that Bob beat Tennessee by 14. Tennessee said that's hard. That's hard. They said technically they only lost by 12. They're like, but who's counting? If Michigan loses to Iowa, do you think Harbaugh still stays? Man, that's a tough question, man. I don't even like thinking about that. Y'all know I'm a big Harbaugh guy, man. And they do it the right way there too, man. Harbaugh and them ain't, you know what I'm saying? Harbaugh and them do it the right way on the recruiting trail. Maybe he should have did it the wrong way. They lose to Iowa. Man, they could still go like 10-2. If he went 10-2, would you fire him if you knew that he was going to go 10-2, or you just see that the writing's on the wall? They may not be that good. Oh, the Halo King went and watched the trash thing. Good job, bro. Thank you, man. That's what you call putting in work, man. I would like for me to be able to, you know, put in work and then people respect it enough to at least watch it. We need Urban in LA. Wow. Then the athletic director came out and was like, I don't want no Urban Meyer. Dude's bad news. Don't get out my boy Urban, man. But didn't the AD say something to that effect at USC and was like, Urban Meyer? She's like, man, Urban might have us on probation. We're going to win, though. Off track, who you think next week? Oklahoma versus Texas. You tripping. So I'm not going to do a prediction on the game that happens this week, right, until Thursday. But you're going to ask me on Tuesday of a game the following week. If Michigan goes 9-3, oh, boy. Man, I'm scared of that, man. Come on, Harbaugh. Beat Iowa. Oh, my God, dude. Every there you go. Get him out of here. Got to get him out of here. Do not mention anybody. Do not mention anybody else's channel or none of that. We don't do that here. We don't promote nobody else here. They wouldn't promote us. As long as no cousins getting smashed. Confused by that. Pause. Women, right? JBE in there, you know what I'm saying? Where JBE at? And I hope that don't happen to Harbaugh, man. That's crazy. Where was Michigan at before Harbaugh? They were struggling. Trey Mixon back. You back just now for me to leave. All right, man. Where we at? Do you see Urban Meyer coaching again in the SEC? All right, VJ, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for chopping it up with your boy. Coaching again in the SEC. Where could he coach at? Urban Meyer would kill it at Tennessee. T-Man, really like your channel, Murph, but I don't think I can see him at Tennessee. Man, where would he coach, though? Florida was perfect for him. That's a juggernaut. There have to be some potential juggernaut team. You wouldn't see Urban Meyer, Arkansas, and these teams. They had to be one of them juggernaut teams, man. Yeah, I don't know. The SEC might be full. He need to go somewhere else to catch one of them juggernaut and potential juggernaut teams. Urban Meyer would win a national championship at LSU. He would. He would win a national championship at Florida State too. He would recruit his ass off at Florida State. And you know he probably want to take it to the Gators a little bit inside the state. Tennessee, yeah. I said he would be pretty good at Tennessee, but I don't know if he would want to go there. Tennessee's been down literally for like 20 years. Yeah, Florida State would be perfect, man, for sure. Boy, Coach K hit me up. Y'all got a question for Coach K? My bad. Let me answer Coach right quick. I'm gonna tell Coach K to slap Barton Simmons. I don't want to put Barton Simmons to sleep. Barton Simmons look like he'd go to sleep good from a slap. If Meyer goes to FSU, I'll die. That would be cold. You know what he would do at Florida State? Where he could recruit the type of athletes he could recruit? It'll be Ohio State all over again. Hell, he may be able to recruit a little bit better at Florida State than Florida. Florida fans better hope he don't go to no Florida State. Meyer's not going to coach the Noles. He cares too much about college football for that move. What does that mean? If he cared about college football, then wouldn't he want Florida State to be good? Florida State is one of the greatest programs ever. Oh, he's trying to say because he wore a Gators polo? What does that mean? You think he care about that? Do you think Urban would work at UF under Mullen? Confused by that. You think he gonna work at UF under Mullen doing what? Hell no. That dude is a leader through and through. He's like the greatest leader of men ever. He's not working under Dan Mullen. He worked over Dan Mullen like as an AD or something, but under him, like, what he gonna be, like a receiver coach? What you talk about, man? That doesn't make sense. Come on, B Scott. You super chatted that too. I appreciate the super chat, but what you mean work under Dan Mullen? That's Urban Meyer. He's the GOAT. Yeah, with that South Georgia pipeline, unstoppable. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He like to recruit Georgia at Ohio State anyway. Now he can recruit Georgia by damn near with a Georgia team. Florida State is damn near pretty much a state of Georgia team. Kelly says it's a job, Dan. He doesn't. Exactly. These people be out here thinking like, did Urban Meyer go to UF? He was there, what, 4 or 5 years? He didn't. He's not like he's from UF. He'd go to Florida State, I would imagine. Asking why Watson decommit from LSU. Watson? Who's Watson? Watson? You mean Coach K? Ask Coach K why his own son decommitted from LSU? Confused by that. Kenyatta was never committed to LSU. You mean FSU? He was committed to FSU. Give some time to slowly get back into football. South Carolina might not be the obvious choice, but worse coaches have had some recruiting success. Urban Meyer at South Carolina? Doubt it, bro. Doubt it. He would go somewhere where there's infrastructure. Think about it. His gigs was, there's 2 places. If he would kill it at Florida State, and you know he would kill it at Notre Dame. He still probably got Notre Dame in his blood. However, Florida State would just be too perfect just because of where he likes to recruit at. Oh, Kenyon at wide receiver. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Why did Kenyon? I mean, I don't have to ask him that. I already know. let's just say they kind of stopped talking to Kenyon. So they kind of slow played Kenyon a little bit. May have worked out in his favor though. I think he'll get some time at A&M. LSU is kind of loaded right now. All right, is that it, y'all? All right, man, we're gonna have to go ahead and get up out of here. Urban to USC, come on, man. We'll have to go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate it, y'all, man, and gave y'all even more. I told myself I was gonna get out here a little bit earlier today. Got to chill out with the wife, so hopefully she's not mad. But thank you to all of those of you who super chatted, who understands that at the very least, if my wife gonna get mad, I you know what I'm saying, I need to be able to take care of her, right? That's all I'm saying. But all right, we should have some fun on Thursday. Obviously, we're gonna have the more hijinks, and then we'll get to some of these predictions. Like 50 people asked me about predictions. I'll have one then. Hopefully, I have some more content on the channel popping. Get something out there tomorrow, and then back on the live stream again on Thursday night. So maybe early. I'm not sure. Maybe at the regular time. You just play it by ear, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right. And y'all doing it before I can even say it. Come on, man. I need 15, right? Y'all ready? What more can I say? Shout outs to Duke. Later to you too, bro. Later to Tate Shaw. Later to Brian Wallace. 1, 2, 3. Les is in the house. Ross, Santee, Brandon Barnes, Brian Wallace, B. Scott, Joe John Smith with the late. He with the what do you call it? The buzzer beater. Joe John Smith, thank you for the super chat with the buzzer beater. Kay Lee in the house. Fanta in the house. Trey Mixon in the house. Halo King in the house. Been the man all late. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you mean later, bro? Come on, man. You don't know what to do. You must be new here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Need 5 more. Let's go. Hey, where we at? Did my man come back off time? Caleb in the house. What up, Caleb? 11, 12, 13. Let's go. 2 more. Smash that like button, like my man said. Smash that like button. 2 more. Where we at? Where we at? There we go, Tate. Zombie said he just got here. There you go. You caught on quick. James Cooper, really, bro? What up, man? But a little bit of look. Santee said real football heads watch today. He can combine it. Deborah, wait. Deborah, you been here this whole time? You just gonna say though? You just, you know what I'm saying? Billin says Reggie Duval. Deborah, you been here this whole time? You gonna sneak one in on us? B. Scott with the Deborah sneaky. B. Scott with the buzzer beater. Any more buzzer beaters out there? Who up there can sink one like Mike? Sink one like Michael Jordan versus the Utah Jazz. Give me another buzzer beater. Where you at, Deborah? Trying to sneak in on us. Did I see what was the old girl name from? I thought I saw her earlier. Man, what was her name? I forgot. Who was telling her to name all the Georgia players and stuff. Salute, big down. Dang. No, just got on. Go. Dang, how you just get on? That's messed up, Deborah. Sorry about that. You gonna come on Thursday? All right, that'll do it. No more butt beaters. Let's go. About to close up shop. 5, 4. I'm doing slow counts like the referees in wrestling. I mean, NWO had their own referee. He was like 5, 4. And then they had the referee when you would be winning though. He'd be like 1, 2, 3. All right, y'all. I'm out though. Peace.